It's live, pal. You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. I am Chillmonger33 Burning MCU Questions. Back to the basics. We dipped around, did some Star Wars. We are going to do a DC one because Nerdman exists and that guy needs to be a guest on this show. And we'll do other. There will be variations of this more so. I was on a streak of like 8 or 9 Marvel ones. There's other fandoms. Attack on Titan, I'm looking at you. Pokemon, why not? Question number 1 of 33. Who is Thor's least favorite Avenger? That might have to go to Hawkeye. The absolute disrespect for him, when Natasha died in that conversation with him, and the way that Hawkeye treated him. You know who else? Rhodey. Rhodey kept on like I don't know where Rhodey gets off doing this. Well, what's in your vein? I thought it was like Cheese Whiz. Maybe Rhodey. Let's change it up. Yeah, he's Rhodey. The Europeans don't like his kind. Question number 2. What was Kang doing the day before the Loki finale? The day before the Loki finale gets sliced up by Sylvie, that man was like waiting. He was contemplating life. He was like, finally, this is it. I'm immortal, but I know this is the day that happens. He's just like, you know how when you get in a near death experience, your life flashes before your eyes rapidly? Instead, this was a slower life flashing before his eyes. That man was just ready to die. And I've seen old people, regular old people who are living up to 90. They're like, yeah, we're ready to die. That's it. That's about all the time that we have. We're ready. We're not afraid. We accept it. Yeah. Imagine how old this guy is, 1,000 years old. Yeah. He was ready to die. He was just like, looking back on the memories and stuff and just like waiting. Like, who's going to kill me? I'm just waiting at the front door. Any minute now. Today's the day. Question number 3. Would you rather have ankle wings or forehead antennas? Kate, that's in the building. Say something. I cannot hear you.
What up? What up?
Nope. I can't hear you because I don't have this on. Let me try again. Actually, just answer the question, Kate. Would you rather have ankle wings or forehead antennas?
Forehead antennas. Cause I like to wear long pants, not shorts. So yeah, it's gonna be a trouble.
Got
And
you.
I wear size. I wear my length for pants. I wear 32, and that's gonna cover my ankle wings. I want them to go over my shoes because I wear high tops. So yeah, ankle wings are kind of gonna be unnecessary for me. I wouldn't want to fly with those anyways.
Sports tip, everyone: wear high top shoes if you're ever doing something athletic. And tie those shoes up tight. That ankle sprain will be decreased by a significant amount of time. You'll heal faster. Everything if you just tighten it up. Wear high top shoes. I would not rather have forehead antennas on Earth. If people saw me with those, immediately they discriminate against me. Ankle wings, you can tuck those in. It's obviously having ankle wings. Plus, the benefit of the ankle wings and flight might be better than I can feel your emotions. You might be able to make some money over feeling your emotions, so you can get over that. You guys know Anthony Davis with his unibrow. He was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna cut that off. That's part of me. That's just my thing. I'm not gonna. Oh, every week I'm gonna be plucking my unibrow. That's me. I live with it, and people accept him for it. I don't even think of him as a unibrow guy. I think of him as the player. So you could own your forehead antennas too. Just why do that battle though? You're asking me if I'd rather pick between that or pick a normal life of ankle wings. If I had those antennas, I'd accept them. But if I get to choose, give me some ankle wings.
But we seen what happened to Namor when he lost his ankle wings. He was screaming in pain. I don't think he can suck those and not feel pain like that. That's gonna be uncomfortable.
I don't think you can live if you get plucked your antennas. I think you die. The blood loss, that it's so central to your brain that you don't want any damage there. At least you can
Well, yeah,
lose your ankle wing.
I'll make some antennas work. Trust me. I'll trust me. I'll be able to swag it out. I'll make it work. Trust me. I'll make it work. Depends how big the antennas are, but I can make them work. I got the fashion to pull it off.
King Tony. Question 4: how did Hulk make a phone call in space? How, Sway? Wakanda technology? No, they never
Well,
even been to space.
well, they aren't like you know Darkseid didn't have a GPS in Zack Snyder's Justice League. So maybe in the MCU they thought, hey, we got to make sure Hulk can do something so simple as make a call because they're in space. They have the technology to do so. I mean, they did space travel. You can do space travel. You should be able to do a whole bunch of things. Just saying, space travel.
Hey, Jessica Gao, she's in the Snyder cult. She said, I'm going to take inspiration from this guy here. Perfect. Question number 5. Would you promote Agent Jimmy Woo, formerly of the FBI in San Francisco? Then he's in New Jersey figuring out this pocket behind WandaVision's bubble. Now, does he go to Sword? Does he go to Accepted by Shield? Like, does Monica put in a good word for this guy? He's good people. Let's bring him up here. Would you promote Agent Jimmy Woo? I think you do. Anybody with a relationship with superheroes, you do what you can. You get these guys in, and it might come in, especially with Wanda being who Wanda is. You would want someone who she's familiar with. She'd be like, oh, yeah, that's that dude. He didn't try doing me wrong like that Director Hayward guy. He seems to be okay. Monica approves of him. Fine, I won't go Kamehameha on him. I'll have mercy, as she says to Doctor Strange. This is me being reasonable. She might actually be reasonable with Agent Jimmy Woo. He's valuable just for the relationships he has with the superheroes. And for that reason alone, yeah, promote the guy. K-Dot, would you promote Agent Woo? Question number 6. How would Agent Coulson, he's busy, how would Agent Coulson handle Val? I do not hear you. 1 second. Say something again. That's weird. Is it me? Wait, let me try this. It's not me.
I got it.
Yeah, I got you.
He would take it to the chest. That's what he would do. He would take it to the chest.
Oh, wait, Coulson?
Yeah. Whatever she got coming, he'll take it to the chest.
I got you. We got Grand Regent Thrag. Salute, fellas. Hello, Grand Regent Thrag. Never seen your name before. So happy to see you today. Bry was in the building, says, guys. He says this, and then he says this. So he thumbs up the stream, and he's like, you know what else? Peace. That's what we're gonna give you.
Doing that. What those blue people again?
I see you.
Blue people from Avatar. He probably doing the ICU language or whatever. ICU.
See, that's crazy. If you ever do something, you need to have your hand signed. If you ever do some sort of media, if you want Wakanda forever or live long and prosper, John Cena, you can't see me. Everybody has
symbol.
And if it's already an emoji, you made it. Brywood said, yeah, you should promote Jimmy Woo. Wasn't he on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too? Jimmy Woo was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? All right, cool. Nico Bean. No, he wasn't, eh? No.
No, he wasn't a character. He's an MC original character.
But Tony says, Coulson would tell her you're not a black bald man with an eye patch, so I don't answer to you. You're not a black bald man without an eye patch. You need to be black. You need to have bald, and then we'll listen. And you need to be in the 90s where you were my commanding officer on my first day.
Oh, real quick, just a quick derail. I seen Avatar 2 yesterday. I kind of want to see where this franchise is going. It's a lot better than 1. I'll say this one quick thing because I'm gonna do it in my review.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear no excuses from any major studio, WB, Disney, Paramount, anyone about CGI ever again. When it comes to movies, I don't want to hear none of it. I didn't want to hear none of it since Avatar 2009. But after this, I understand it's at a 400 and something million budget. If you're making a movie that's over 200 million, especially superhero movies, I don't hear no more excuses about CGI from DC, Marvel. Only if we're in a pandemic. Am I right? If we're in a pandemic again, I will let it slide. Only for a pandemic. That is it. That's the only time I can let it slide.
No, legit. Well, I was when I began the show, I said we'll do more burning questions, and Avatar burning questions might just need to happen. I mean, that might just happen sooner than any of the others I suggested, like Pokemon questions, Attack on Titan question, and Avatar burning questions. Needs that world that they built. Holy, I'm very invested. I'm gonna learn the names and stuff like that. Because they all have
my other issue with the movie. Not like it's not an issue. It's just like the first movie. Some names, if you not you gonna miss them. Like you'll miss Interior's dad name because it's not an easy name to remember. A lot of names is like forgettable. I remember them because like okay, Jake's second son, second to the oldest, or Grace's daughter. I remember Took, the small little cute child. She was tight.
And the other one where the daughter was like Keely or Key, right?
Grace's daughter.
Yeah,
Who is her dad?
it was the Colonel, Colonel Cora.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Spider. We know Spider.
I won't spoil nothing else, but that's gonna be interesting. And the next
Yeah,
movie called Seed Bearer 2. Interesting.
and it's coming in 2 years, and most of it's already filmed. It's beautiful. My
Yeah,
bad. I thought he was. No, he was not in Agents of Shield.
yeah,
Fake
and
news.
James do got to hurry up with these sequels too. He can't release them so far away from each other now. But it's coming 2024, so that's pretty quick.
Brywood says it's not from Avatar. Spider, it's definitely a wild card. I can't wait for 3. I know, right? Like,
If we do a spoiler stream, we got to talk about what Spider did at the end. He chose right, but oh my gosh.
no comment because I don't want to ruin it, and it's worth it. Everyone who, I mean, this is a recommendation from me, from K Dot, from Perp. You got to check it out. But yeah, man, I have a lot to say about that decision also. But that whole ending, it makes the franchise interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, never trust humans.
Question number. Oh, let me answer. How would Agent Coleson handle Val? You can't handle. You can only hope to contain her. She's a force. She's got a plot armor. She's got everything. She's gonna be here for the next phase. She's the Agent Coleson of Phase 4, because she was the one that was popping up here and there. Val. 7. Why do people think Agents of Shield was canon? What's wrong with these people? I'm sorry, but it's not.
It was at one point until they decided to decanonize it. It was at one point though, because you had Nick Fury in it. You had Sif, Lady Sif, who was the same Lady Sif in the MCU, and yeah, you had those connections that was there. But I wish
I'm so not used to doing this show without people on, because I just stopped right now to take a sip and you were done your answer and I'm like, oh, no one's talking. Oh, let me put this down.
I wish
I
there
get
was
many guests
more.
today.
I like that. I wish there was more unison between the Netflix stuff and the Disney stuff, because it was like it wasn't. Yeah, stuff was canon, obviously, but they didn't like make it clear enough that stuff was canon. But everything they did in the show would point to it's canon. So it was canon at one point. It's not anymore.
Spider's a wild card. Can't wait for 3. Sub guys just got off work and finally catching a live chat from the beginning. Okay, Chris Bates. Thank you for coming in. You know how it goes. Every question, I might stop and look over at the live chat. So let us know your answers. Gonna watch it tonight, I think. Okay, you'll love it tonight.
Yeah, definitely watch
Hank
it.
says, Avatar 2 looks so damn amazing, but more of the same thin plot lines, but better than the first, story-wise at least.
Yeah, I will say this. A lot of this movie did sacrifice staying a little focused on the main story to build the world, but I was okay with that because I was thoroughly interested in the world building. A lot of this movie, and Chill might disagree, but we can agree this was a lot of world building. It mainly focused on world building.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
a lot. They have their own words for. I don't want to give. This is not a giveaway, but they have their own terminologies for things like refugees, for things like Yeah, I am kind of giving it away. Agents of Shield went off the rails at the end when they stopped being canon. Avatar 2 is all world building.
Yeah,
straight up, and I like the world. What makes Okoye happy? When's the last time she smiled, bro? She doesn't smile. She like what?
when T'Challa was in the MCU. That's not a size use. She ain't happy no more. T'Challa not there no more. She like, where's the real T'Challa? Recast him.
She lost her
I would.
man. She lost her king. She has no reasons to be happy.
Nah, she got her man. He locked up somewhere. He for some reason he didn't show up this movie. He probably got flooded.
Shifts.
He probably got flooded in the cells.
You think Wakanda put prisoners in jail though? They might have some more advanced prisoners. They might put you in like a Sonic cannon where you're just stuck.
Yeah, he's a prisoner right now.
Yeah, he is a prisoner.
Because remember her mom mentioned I think Ramonda mentioned into that she did mention about her husband. She was like, oh, you chose to side with Killmonger and your husband did blah blah blah. So yeah. She brought it up. She was like, your husband did that.
Okoye is happy because every time she pops into Wakanda, oh, we at home, and then the music, and you see the scenery, someone's on the horse. She's like, oh, that's the guy with the horse. Yeah, that makes her happy. So she loves returning to Wakanda. She hates leaving Wakanda because she hates all of the foreigners. Remember when she saw Riri and she wasn't like pleased with her? Is this how they teach the girls? Like she hates everything not Wakanda. When that's what she likes. Wakanda makes her happy. Number 9. Why does vibranium have a red underline on this platform? Every single time I type it, week after week, I type vibranium on StreamYard or I type vibranium on Twitter. Red underline. It's spelled wrong, guys.
Why does vibranium have a red underline on this platform?
Yeah, like why? Like you know when it's a spelling mistake, they tried to correct you. Did you really mean vibration? No, I meant vibranium. Fix up, guys. Like it's been 4 years since that movie. 4 years since it's been popular. Captain America had vibranium back in a 2011 movie. It's time to add it to the dictionary. You can define it as a fictional thing. It means really strong metal. Like kryptonite is probably in the Hello. I'm echoing. And I think it's Skip.
What's up?
Hello, Skip. But like vibranium itself, just like kryptonite, can have a definition. If I looked at kryptonite in the dictionary right now, it'll probably say a weakness to Superman, often used as weakness in regular life, like Achilles' heel, right? There's a mythology about a guy named Achilles, and Achilles is part of our language. This is our mythology today. We need our words from comic book land to get into the zeitgeist, to get into the dictionary. So the question was, Skip and Tosh, why does vibranium have a red underline?
A red underline where?
Here on this platform. Like when I type things and they try to correct you, did you really mean this word instead?
I got you. I mean, in all reality, like it's just not there yet. The popularity of it, I think it's getting there. Like it wouldn't be. I'll put it to you like this. I'm more surprised by how many comic book terms actually do get like corrected or capitalized in spell check now. I know we live in this bubble of like, these things are super, like always on the docket to talk about, like hot topic of discussion. But for like the rest of normie world, it's not totally there yet. And I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for the nerds that work at these tech companies, it wouldn't even still get acknowledged the way that it does. Vibranium is on its way though. Hey, if they would have recast T'Challa, I bet you in the next update it wouldn't have an underline.
You guys want to hear a theory I have for it?
Yeah.
I don't have my Hotep hat, but I'll make this work. Well, wait a minute here, so people can get the picture across. This is me back in the day.
Oh yes.
Everyone, I have a theory. I was talking to Dr. Umar, and we thought we came together about this. They purposely do not want to correct the term vibranium when you type it, because they want you to dismiss the word vibranium, because that's their way of tearing us down as a people. They want us, when you type in adamantium, they won't correct that. They won't correct the white man's metal. They won't do it. They'll correct the black man's metal.
Hey,
think about it, guys. Think about it. They won't.
Hey, chill. You just gonna let them dish your native land's metal like that? Like, isn't adamantium isn't that a Canadian export? What's
See,
happening?
we see vibranium after it's the motherland, so vibranium comes first. There, see?
That's that. That's
Okay,
that.
okay.
That's that.
So vibranium, and then adamantium in the Chillmonger scale. I got you. I
That's
got
that. Weapon X. That's that Weapon X metal funded by a
you.
Caucasian man, Striker.
You know what's interesting though? The comic book word "embiggen" from the Kamala Khan thing that did make the dictionary. However, it is yellow people who started that because I think the Simpsons Jebediah Springfield says it in one of those flashback episodes. Well, we can embiggen, and I believe that that might have a reason for why
Yeah,
embiggen
because
made
that
it
word
into.
existed before Kamala. So
So it
that
didn't
it
create it.
makes because I remember typing that word like before Miss Marvel ever like was a thing.
Oh, that
So
you were writing fan fiction, and you were like, and then Ron embiggened for Hermione, and that's when you wrote that, right? Like, when would you have wrote an embiggen?
I don't remember what I did it for, but remember using that word like before or having to look it up and see it. And I think I remember somebody else using it. It's not a term that's often used a lot though, but it was used by some other people.
Not the Neo Soul beat in the background. Shout out to the yellow people. Question number 10 of 33 burning MCU questions. Was Wakanda better off before opening up? Listen,
Yes.
man, I remember that scene Wakabi said, you let the people in, they bring their problems. And I thought it was so funny to hear it because I agreed with that. That just, you let people in, they bring their problems. That alone is factual. Now, in the real world, I hear that and I'm like, nah, but you guys are all on colonized land. Like, who are you to say who's allowed in, who's not allowed in? But to hear it from Wakandans who just kind of stayed put, you remember the beginning of the movie how they all did the 5 tribes and they're all like, "Oh, we're just gonna be here." You guys can say that, and I'll be okay with it.
Well,
Wakanda was
they
better off.
did. They didn't. They didn't exactly say it. They implied it, but a lot of the lands because it was like 5 tribes at war. Then the Black Panther was created, and then they became one tribe colonized the other tribes in a way. They made the other tribes submit. They all just worked together. But regardless of that, that was just war. That's the casualties of war. Um,
And that's all in house.
was yeah, it was better. It was way better off because I even do not agree with the ending of Black Panther 1. Like I said, I love Black Panther 1, but I didn't like that ending where T'Challa just admitted to opening up, was just open to opening up Wakanda because that wasn't in his character yet to do that. And I don't think Killmonger was enough to justify that. I don't think that was the right decision. I think the better solution would have been okay. We no longer leave behind another fellow man, because he was Killmonger was left behind, you know. Mind you, there's so many different circumstances that his mom could have been there. We don't know. They never really explained it, but it was better off staying close
Closed.
because they would have never met Namor. At most, they probably would have fought the Thanos still, but they would have been fine. I don't think it was a reason to open up because there's no valuable reason. Think about it. America only cares about your vibranium. There's nothing else of value they want for Wakanda besides the vibranium, and we know
Are you
how
willing to
grimy
go this
America
hard on?
is.
Can you go this hard on your country too, Skip?
On my country in a fictional story, I don't know how hard I can go on my country. In real life, we could take it there. I
like this one.
I appreciate you. This is really interesting to me. I understand why T'Challa opened things up because that basic Killmonger got to him and had a point. So he actually agreed with Killmonger. He just didn't want to do it the way Killmonger wanted to. Killmonger was like, black people have been oppressed with this, with these weapons and resources. We can flip the script. We can turn the tide. T'Challa actually agreed with that, but he didn't want to be for violence to be the answer. So that's why he opened up Wakanda and then did the research facilities and planted the one over in Oakland where the inner city kids was, where Killmonger was from. So I understand why he opened it up. He opened it up because Killmonger had a point and he agreed with Killmonger. He just didn't agree with the method. So I get why he opened it up. Do I think it would have been better off without it? I do. Like, ideally, yes. I mean, hooray for xenophobia. Like, yeah, if you keep to yourself and you don't bring anybody else's problems in, you just deal with your own. If you're doing well enough, then yeah, I guess it could work out for you. If you're not doing so well, if what you got has not been managed so well, then it might be a good idea to open up, because then you can share what you got with others and then you can learn from them. But it looked like Wakanda was doing fine enough. So yeah, they could have just stuck to themselves and would have been Gucci.
And honestly, look, I do promote people should travel and go to different countries and stuff, countries that are willing to accept people and let them in. But a lot of countries you don't need to see. Like there's I'm not sure if y'all heard about this tribe near Africa where they live off on an island and they literally keep to themselves and stuff. It's like a very dangerous island. I forgot the name of it, but it's a very dangerous island. You don't go there. You go there, there, because those people there are still kind of traditional, like old school traditional.
Like they're not influenced by the whole world. They have
they're not influenced by technology and stuff. And mind you, yeah, there shouldn't be people trying to kill you just for kind of stuff, but it's like that is their territory. That's their country. That's where they stay at. So they have every right to not want to open up to you and do this because, it's their territory.
Yeah, I get you. I understand completely how you feel. Like, obviously, it's wrong to attack somebody, but if you are foreign to them, wearing weird clothing that is just bizarre, they have no idea about the last. What World War II. It means nothing to them. They were just all doing their thing, and they've got their own language, and it's so bizarre. They exist. Let's see here. That was low-key one of my issues with Wakanda and Blue Marvel to some degree. Both had the ability to stop the suffering of Black people on the continent, and the U.S. both did nothing. LOL.
But
I would say that
go ahead. Well,
no, go
okay,
ahead.
And mind you, Grand Regent isn't wrong, but that's because you're thinking from a African American standpoint. If you look at the African standpoint, like if you grew up in Africa, it's probably different now, but to Wakanda's part of old traditional African tribes from like back in the day. They was united by territory. You see it in the Black Panther movie. They're united by territories. The white ape tribe, their people, that's their people. It's where you stay at, that where you connect to someone. It's not because we look the same. And African Americans, our identity is tied to being similar to one another, so we're gonna have that connection to each other. So, like, hey, if African tribe sees another tribe getting ransacked by another tribe that they really don't care about, yeah, we don't care.
They already divide themselves. Every country around Wakanda is somebody with dark skin, and they're just like, whatever, you're not us. So, like, I can see
that's
how
a lot of I don't think only African, probably Asian countries too and stuff. Yeah, even Asian countries. Like, well, just look at it from a country standpoint. The Chinese don't really care that much about the Japanese. They just care about the Chinese more than the Japanese. They're all Asian, but they don't have that identity.
Yes,
with skin color like we do.
The oppression that is equal, no matter what field you're in, no matter what sport you're in, or no matter what it is, your upbringing. Just because your skin tone is darker than what is common in the West, you will be facing the same oppression or the same difficulties, the same struggles. So that is a uniting factor that doesn't exist for Wakandans.
Grant's not wrong about Blue Marvel though. I can't give a defense for Blue Marvel. Why was he helping?
Yeah, Adam Brashear's an American. He should know better.
Yeah, he should know better.
The Sentinel Island is what it's called.
Yeah, Sentinel.
I'm confused on how Wakanda opened up to the world. They only opened up to the Avengers. I mean, it takes some time to get the immigrants over.
Phase 4 really didn't show like the effects of what Wakanda was doing. Not even Wakanda Forever showed us what they was really doing in America.
Comic book wise, though, Kamala's friend Bruno does do like a little student exchange where he goes to Wakanda, learns a couple things, and he comes back like 10 issues later. The Sentinel Islands are in Asia, not Africa, I believe. But they are black people that left Africa thousands of years ago, as everyone left Africa thousands ago. I wonder how do Africans feel about Black Panther 1 and Black Panther 2 and African Americans, so Western portrayal of Africans. I wonder too. Let's get some. Where are the African YouTubers at? Their time zone right now. What would it be right now? 6, 7 o'clock right now.
I think the because I'll be honest with you. I think Wakandans compared to us, I'm African American. You're an African from Canada. I'm assuming you're from America too.
Don't
right?
assume. I've never given away my lineage. In the world,
you are a person of a black complexion in Canada.
Wouldn't that just be African Canadian?
We don't say African Canadian here. I mean, I don't hear it a lot.
Okay, that's interesting.
But
I was always curious about that.
But it would
yeah, I forgot what you were saying too. My bad.
Yeah, my fault too.
Well, the question was about the portrayal of Africans.
Okay, yeah. So this is what I think. For me personally, I think Black Panther would be more relatable to Africans than African Americans. But it's just me having a strange feeling. Because this happens in real life. There's some Africans that don't really mess with African Americans like that. I feel like when they did watch Wakanda Forever, well, Black Panther, they probably thought, why don't they have African people playing these characters? And why is there's so much like African American themes in it, you know? Even though like it's all they're just focusing on everything being all black because we're all black, but I feel like they might have some issues. Probably an issue with casting though, like why is there not actual Africans playing these African born characters? That might be one that I guarantee that might be some African people's issues with the Black Panther movie. I don't think nothing extra, but I think that might be one of their issues.
My point is Wakanda had the tech for crazy expansion, and they didn't do it because they're happy and content, and they're not evil, and they're not colonizers. Not yet. Multi-topic talk in the building. Happy holidays, guys. I wish the best to all. Smiley face. Thank you, Jules. Multi-topic talk might need to be on the show a little bit more often. I'm going to reach out to you. Yo, Reefer. Yo, Rosales. I'm going to need you to get on this show too. Rosales, welcome. Thanks for being here 2 weeks in a row. Love your like whenever we team up over on MSK's YouTube channel. And thank you. Thank you to Multi-Topic Talk, Brywood, and everyone else in here. Tony, Reefer, man. Brian. Thanks for the added MCU burning questions. You know how it is. Next question. Let's go here. True or false? Feige is your favorite Kevin in Hollywood?
I found
Kevin Fujihara?
I found a new Kevin. His name is James.
James Paul Blart?
Gunn. Nah, James Gunn. He's my new Kevin. Freak this other Kevin. I disown Kevin Feige. I'm on the James Gunn hype train. Shouts out James Gunn. He's gonna lead us to the promised land with DC. We're gonna coming back, baby. Shouts out.
That is a different take on this question. I'd have never expected that answer.
Yep. You're not gonna ride with Feige no more.
Well, I was just saying, guys named Kevin. This man took Kevin like it was an occupation. Is your favorite Kevin still Kevin Feige, Skip?
My favorite Kevin is the Kevin from She-Hulk. I like that Kevin. I like AI.
AI Kevin
is here.
You know who I like? I like Kevin Hart. Big time into comedy. Who could forget?
Tony said Kevin Gates.
I just saw him last week. He was in Sacramento.
Oh no, okay. Kevin from The Office. Trinity's in the building. Nah, Kevin Hart is the true Kevin in Hollywood. Yeah, I saw him on Shark Tank, and he was like, "Yo, did you see the Shark Tank episode where he was talking to the comic book guy, Black Sands comic?" Kevin Hart is man.
Yeah, he was trying to
Listening to
buy
him,
it and was like, "Oh yeah, no, I can produce you with my production company. We can build this up." Yeah.
yeah, and he asked for 30% of the guy's company, and dude didn't want to give it all, but he did give it. And now that episode was a year ago, yeah. Where's Black Sands now? Where's the cartoon? Where's the anything? The more time that passes, the more I wonder. Ooh, you gave away 30% for nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that's one of those risks. There was another comic book company that came on. It was like a bunch of like Egyptian style, like they were turning them into like action heroes type things. And it was kind of a similar thing. There's a guy out here, Sacramento too, like Impound. He's always on the news. He's trying to, is a black dude. Like I knew him and stuff like that. I was gonna try to write for him for a little while, but yeah, a lot of properties being created and trying to be sold off right now.
You might have told me about Impound. Somebody did, and I did read because they had it available, or I saw a video on it,
Hmm.
and I was like, mad. Spoilers, guys. I mean, who cares if I spoil this, right?
Go
Um,
for it.
I think the daughter dies, or somebody died early, and I go, yeah, why did we have to have a broken
Yeah,
family? Like that
that was
doesn't
like
need to.
one of the yeah. I was one of my issues with it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's good to see we think the same way. But like, there's a hole. I think Marvel, and sorry to change the subject, guys, right now, but like with the comic book stuff, there is definitely a hole, and there's a space that can be filled. They're not that profitable. When I used to go on Comic Con, I would see, oh, okay, there's only 10,000 sales for the Ironheart latest issues, and then it gets canceled. I don't know. I'm not special. I'm not skilled writer or author. I've never wrote a comic in my life. But bro, like 10,000 comics, I could probably do that if I really tried and if I got my message out there. If I need like, it's not that hard to squeeze in there. Salute to Eric July from the Rippaverse for squeezing in there and finding his audience. He made more than 10,000. At least his last update, I remember his first issue made more than 10,000. Like
Oh yeah.
there's a template there for people, and it's back on black representation as I always get there. You cannot rely on these studios to do it because they've shown us when given the opportunity, they kind of drop the ball. Black Panther 1 was great. Black Panther 2, not so much. Sorry to change the subject, but my favorite Kevin is Kevin Hart. Kevin Bacon. Kevin McAllister. I know what movie you just watched. The Robo Kevin. Oh, Kevin Conroy. Wow, yeah.
Rest
You
in
know what? I changed my
peace.
answer until
Yes,
Gunn makes DC
yeah.
great again. Make mine Marvel. Would you say K Dot?
I said rest in peace, Kevin.
Grand Regent Thrag. I'm still waiting to see more James Gunn. His style was a little too silly for me before I got to see what he does. But him tweeting Mr. Terrific and Jon Stewart makes me happy. Mr. Terrific makes me more happier than Jon Stewart. Because I know Jon Stewart has the obstacle of being a Green Lantern, and sometimes when the studio or when DC in general they want to use a Green Lantern, they'll always have to decide: do we go with Hal? Do we go with John? Let's just pretend it's 50-50. I don't want 50-50 Green Lantern. I want the black superhero to always be chosen, rather than
I
we're
mean,
not going to do 2 Green Lanterns.
how Jordan, regardless of anything, needs to come first. Jon Stewart, Adam Man by like Green Lantern 3 or Green Lantern 3. Did y'all see the leak plot for Wakanda Forever? That was the original leak plot. That was supposed to be basically God of War Wakanda. So T'Challa was gonna go on an adventure with his son. He's gonna be God of War Wakanda.
Why not? You got the concrete universe.
No, but for like your second movie, like it's kind of rushing it. Gotta wait a bit. Like third movie, I told him saying, okay, you finally introducing his son. It's kind of a rush.
But with Chadwick Boseman though, with Chadwick Boseman in the lead, I think you can make anything work.
Oh yeah. It would have been cool. I'm just saying it's kind of rushed for like a, at least let him live a little before becoming a father.
Concrete universe, is that the one from Ghana you're talking about? We got his politics are probably clearly I'm not talking about politics or who's associated with them or any negativity. I was just talking about how there's a black superhero and it's selling comics. That's about it. I can leave it there, and I'd rather not And usually, whenever I do bring up another YouTuber here in a live or in any capacity, it's to say something nice. I know you can pick at anyone. People can pick at me, and I appreciate that people don't for the most part. I don't hear negative things about me, so I'm not going to be saying negative things about others. Politics are problematic in general. I'm with K Dot. I'm ready for Gunn. Maybe he can stop trolling on Twitter. He's not. He thinks he's doing some good kind of like rumor debunking. To me, bro, he needs to stop. Get off of Twitter, guys. Stop addressing everything. Stop telling us, well, okay, Henry Cavill's canceled, and Patty Jenkins and Wonder Woman's going to be canceled, and
I mean,
I think Zachary Levi just did something. He's going to address Zachary Levi next. Stop it. Just say one time it is a reboot. Just one announcement. It is a reboot. It is a reset. You don't have to have the fan base mourn property after property after property. Just one time reboot, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Like I say, he doesn't need to like keep engaging too much, but the engagement is good. Like I'm just there's another scooper I want him to like totally like get. It's one more scooper. I need him to like get caught the catch in the lie, and then I'm happy. One more scooper, just one more. I know who this person is. Just one more. Come on,
Is
James.
Is it someone that you had on your channel one time?
Nah, it's the that My Time to Shine person.
My Time to Shine. Hello.
Yeah.
You know who put
I
me on?
I don't got no
RJ.
issue with her. I don't got no issue with her. But she be kind of baiting people with like scoops and stuff that don't really happen.
It doesn't show true face, huh?
Yeah.
Kevin Smith. Rosales says support all black superheroes. Agree.
You know what's interesting? Like I know people talk about legacy characters and all that stuff, and how people don't always like them because they're derivatives. Like Riri is like an Iron Man clone, XYZ, Ironheart, yeah, for sure, all of that. You know what's interesting is that y'all just talked about Mr. Terrific. A lot of people don't even realize Mr. Terrific is a legacy character, but he got so popular that no one talks about like Terry Sloan or whatever. Like no one even talks about the original Mr. Terrific. That's how dope like the Michael Holt Mr. Terrific like actually was. And even then, they still don't utilize him enough and don't like elevate the character enough. I was, as terrible as those shows could be at times, I gotta be honest, I was super happy when they put that hacked version of Mr. Terrific even in the Flash show. I was like, we got a Mr. Terrific. He actually has his T-spheres. The character was massively altered, but we just need James Gunn to do it properly. And I don't know if James Gunn will respect it.
The geek-looking guy?
Yeah. I mean, they also gave him my name, so his name was Curtis.
I wasn't messing with his look. He looked too much of like he just looked too much of a geek that sits behind a computer.
Bro, but he had the cornrows though when he was Mr. Terrific though. They gave him the cornrows.
Has anyone in your life ever said show?
I like Mr. Terrific with that little flat top going on.
Oh, the flat top, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
That little, that little look. Well, he had that. It's like a weird Jerry curl flat top thing going on. He has some weird Jerry curl stuff going on.
You see, look at this from Chris. He'll probably keep Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. We don't need that.
It's a soft reboot. He's not going to like. He got homies. You think he's gonna like get rid of Michael Rooker? He puts Michael Rooker in everything. Like,
well, he'll keep the actors, but he'll more like John Cena. He'll probably recast him in something else, anyways. He might cast him as Shazam, and he might cast him as Shazam. Who knows?
He could be Superman's dad. He's old enough.
Ugh.
Yeah, because Superman's dad was Superman was a baby, so dad doesn't need to be that old. You can do it.
All right. So when the tornado comes, he's gonna tell the tornado, "You can't see me."
Exactly. Get this man a job in DC. Brian says The Rock canceled. Zach Levi gone. Gunn is going to ham with Twitter. The truth is, DC films that were not canceled have outside investors who they're obligated to pay. Therefore, can't be written off for tax purposes.
Yep. Flash
Black
and
Superman
Aquaman too.
Her scoops are usually on point. My Time to Shine. Hello. Yeah, there's a whole subculture. RJ Resident Justice was telling me about it, and there's like a whole bunch of guys who kind of are in the game of getting news out there, and then there's people who hate them because they're like, that's not true, and there's all happy that James Gunn is debunking them. It's a thing. And I'm like, I want nothing to do with you guys. Just enjoy the movies, and who cares if you announce something 1 year before the trailer reveals it anyways? Like, okay, so and so's casted somewhere. Whoop de doo. This is my time to shine person. Must be on point because I hear her name a lot when it comes to spoilers being on point. When you say he's a legacy character, how long has he been around? I think when you meant legacy character, you just meant that there was somebody else called Mr. Terrific. The same way Carol Danvers, she goes by Captain Marvel. That makes her a legacy character of a prior. Isn't that what you mean? Like there's already a Mr. Terrific before the one that's now the black one.
Yeah. When you say how long is he?
I
I don't
don't
think
know.
Mr. Terrific was a legacy.
No, there was a first. There, if you look up Mr. Terrific, the same way if you look up Green Lantern, you'll hear Alan Scott was the first time there was a Green Lantern.
Wait.
And then
Well,
Al
is
Jordan
he
became-
is okay? Because there's levels to being a legacy.
Mhm.
Has multiple people at this mantle, or
Yeah.
it was a white dude, and then for a little bit, and then they made it a black dude, and all they use is the black guy now.
I don't know the answer. I don't know how they switched
Because
it,
I
but I
say
know
because sometimes most of these characters get like just restructured in general, and they only stick to one version now. Because like a legacy character, like it got it like Green Lantern, totally a legacy in a sense, but they're like space police. That's totally different. Anybody can be a Green Lantern. They have a planet that's a Green Lantern. They're space police. It's not really a mantle. It's a
yeah. This one wasn't like that, like the whole mantle of a core and everything. This was more so legacy, as in we'll just use the name on
Yeah, I
somebody
mean, because it
else.
matters when the black one started. Because like I say, sometimes people call these legacy. Some of these legacy characters, legacy
Here, we
characters.
got our answer from Chris. Chaos and Comics, everyone subscribe to him. He says there was a white golden age. So golden age was like the 50s, 60s. Mr. Terrific. This new one was created in the 90s. And he is used more often than that old white one from a long time ago.
So so if
The
they never
mantle was
went back,
passed
all
on.
right. So if they never went back to the white one, then then they fully moved on to the black one. Okay.
It's still, to me, it's still not
Well, yeah,
great
because
representation.
at this time and it's the 90s. It's not to say that there's some politics behind it, but they probably think, oh, people like the black version better. Let's just stick with him. Because sometimes they go. That's why I say these legacy characters depend, because they opted back to the previous version always. So if he been black since the 90s, that says a lot.
Yeah, they're going with him.
That's
They're just
really good.
It was a white dude, a little known character. When they made him black years later, they didn't make him black. They just kind of made a new character called Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
And according to Chaos, it was a mantle that was passed on. Alan Richardson from Amazon's Jack Reacher has the look and the size for a traditional look of Shazam. Michael Holt was inspired by him and took his name in the modern age. Okay, Michael Colt is the name of Mr. Terrific. Holt is terrific.
Yeah, the black.
He goes, oh, there was this other dude called Mr. Terrific. I'm gonna call myself that. And so for this reason, which sounds really good, there will never be two Mr. Terrifics at the same time. For Michael Holt to exist as Mr. Terrific, the old guy needs to have had his time. I think Blue Beetle's the same way. Well, there's a Michael Quartz, yeah, and that
Ted
guy,
Cord.
Ted Quartz, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And that dude existed in the past so that Jaime Reyes can be the one in the present. So they'll never be the same way there's Hal and there's Jon Stewart existing at the same time as Jessica Cruz, as Sam Bast, as Kyle Rayner, as all those other dudes. I hate that. But it's better to me. That was a long and big deviation. It's 33 Burning MCU Questions. Skip and Tosh, SSJK.Sanctum, Chillmonger. True or false? Bucky earned a full pardon with no conditions. True. You saved the world. You were part of that endgame battle. I didn't see any of those politicians there. I didn't see anyone else on Earth there. Full pardon. True.
Well, look what he was doing in Falcon Winter Soldier. There were still some conditions with it. That wasn't full pardon because he was still having to deal with Hydra agents. He probably didn't want to do that. He probably was like, man, I just want to be done with it. Well, he still had to clean up those Hydra agents that he knew about.
Dealing with the Hydra agents was his thing. That was like the personal journey that he went on to, like, for his own, like, retribution.
I mean, no, he was working with the law too. Remember, they set up that one Hydra agent, and he got the American government to pull up, and they got the Hydra agent in that parking lot. He was still working with the government to get those last remaining Hydra agents.
I thought he wasn't supposed to be doing that because he was in therapy, and they were like, "You can't be."
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, you can't be going and getting into any trouble because you'll shine light on yourself, and then we got an issue. So you have to go to these therapy sessions, and at the therapy sessions, she was like trying to tell him like, don't get in any trouble, because if you even tell me that you did something wrong, I gotta let them know, and then you're getting locked up.
Well, yeah, that's why I say it's one of those off the books operations
Okay.
that he's still forced to do in a way, but he's like not everybody else. Because that therapist was one of those American government,
Yeah, government
therapists
issued.
for
Mhm.
soldiers and stuff. She probably doesn't know, but he was definitely doing some off the book stuff with the government that catching the last remaining Hydra agents. Because he set up that one because if that was the case, he wouldn't have called the law and stuff and hey, I got this guy trapped here. Because most superheroes, they handle the stuff on their own anyway. They'll bring them in. They don't they don't coordinate like that. Not even Batman really does that with the police when he work with them. And he don't coordinate like, all right, let's get it, let's trick him and get him here.
I don't know. He be working with Jim Gordon pretty tough, bro. That's his guy.
One cop.
But
he trusts one of them.
But it always ends up being Batman that catches the perp, or he either leaves him for the police to get him, or he takes him to the police. Bucky had the police, like they trapped him in that parking lot. They was doing some sneaky stuff.
I'm sorry, what?
I love them.
And
I need
look,
more.
he's
You know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna get on my Disney Plus. I'm gonna subscribe. I'm gonna just get a whole bunch more clips because I play the same ones. You guys all know this one.
No.
This one. Gotta love that one. And I need more.
You got a nice little collection though.
Yeah, look, Bucky's I know Bucky does not want to be part of a team of villains.
Yeah, because he didn't want to work with Sam, right? He's kind of being forced to do this, I thought, Bucky.
Yeah.
Kev says, it's like when you work for the government and you're an asset. They say one thing on paper, another thing when it comes down to it. That's probably why he is on the Thunderbolts. And a Reefer Man says, okay, I'm off to my mom's for Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Wayne. Joining the stream, Rosales. What's going on, sir? I cannot hear. You're muted. Unmute yourself, please.
Good
Say
afternoon,
something now?
everybody.
Got you.
Merry Christmas, if that's your thing.
We're on question 12. Bucky, has he earned a full pardon with no conditions?
Sure.
Let's go to 13. True or false? Hercules seemed threatening. That post-credit scene of Thor: Love and Thunder, we're all waiting. We're like, what's next? And we get that Hercules scene. Did he seem threatening to you? False.
I think he seemed comfortable with himself. Yeah. I don't know about threatening.
See? So that's a false. That's two falses. K. Dot. Hercules seemed threatening. True or false?
Too skinny. Well, he looks too small.
Yeah.
He looks too small, and yeah, he just looks like I was very underwhelming entrance of him. He just looks. I need to see him next to Thor. Hopefully, I hope he's tall and stuff, like huge.
And I need someone to big him up properly. Like the whole opening monologue for Hercules was done by Zeus. We know it was a joke. You just saw him get his whooped, and he was like, "Oh, people didn't want to be afraid of me." I'm still kind of like enjoying his voice. I'm not laughing I'm not threatened by Zeus. So the whole presentation, nah. Make it unanimous, Skip and Tosh. Hercules seemed threatening. True or false?
Yeah, he didn't seem threatening. I mean, and look at who his dad was. You know what I mean? Like his dad.
Right.
It's like
on.
You know,
it's
what I
like
mean?
that's
like,
the daddy, bro.
Yeah, you know how like they say like you want to know what a woman gonna look like when she get older. Look at her mom.
I heard it.
Yeah, hey, apply that to Hercules. Like, the cloth that bruh is cut from is really frilly.
Yes. Zeus should have called Ares. Hey, but I mean, Wonder Woman had Ares. They don't really want to double up on the same thing. Probably why they changed Kukulkan from doing an actual like Atlantis Aquaman stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they were threatened by DC. Next, there will be more than 10 rings introduced. False. There will not be more than 10 rings. It's just 10 rings. They'll keep it.
I looked at that Ant-Man trailer again. Well, just go off of this. True.
Go back to like the scene where you show Ant-Man like Kang's army and stuff. You see those rings and stuff. It looks like the rings from Shang-Chi. The same inscriptions in the writing and stuff. Like, there were some rings that looked like they was forming and stuff.
Were
And
they
it kind of-
CGI? Because as you say, you can't have coincidental CGI. Right? When you talked about Jar Jar Binks and your theories, you always reminded me he's all CGI, so that was purposely done. So were
Yeah.
those 10 rings on Loki?
It was CGI. Let me find the clip because I watched this when I saw the Avatar 2. It was an Ant-Man trailer. Let me find the clip. Well, let me find the scene so I can show.
For the Kang stuff. Okay, true or false, Rosales? There will be more than 10 rings that Marvel introduces.
It's possible, and I say that because,
I'm sorry, where does this say it's possible? True or false?
well, let me tell you why I'm waffling one way or the other. Because the MCU, as far as the cinematic universe, does not stick strictly to the comic book version, and a lot of that has to do with business behind the scenes, whether they own something or have the rights to it or not, and they change it up. So the reason being, uh, behind all of their choices means that anything is possible. There's only 10 rings as far as the comics are concerned, and that's canon in the comic books. But because they don't own something somewhere else, means that they could use more rings to bring something else in. Lovely comic. So right now at this point, I guess I'd have to say I'm undecided on an official answer.
Brian is not undecided. He goes with false. Tank says false. False, but they probably have something to do with Kang. Skip and Tosh, did you answer this one? True or false?
False. Only
False.
10.
Back to you, K. Dot. You said you were going to pull something up. Did you get it? Question number 15 is true or false. Meg would win her case if Jen Walters represented. Guys, I don't know if you're into the news, but Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, they just went to court over an alleged incident where there's no cameras. There's only witnesses who were pleading the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and there's not much that we know happened. The winner of this case was Meg Thee Stallion. I wrote this question anticipating Tory Lanez was going to win this case, but instead it was Meg. So maybe I should change the question. Does Tory Lanez win with She-Hulk Jen Walters as his representative, K. Dot?
That be so. Not with Jen. I mean, I'm shocked that she even won with this prosecution, but whatever.
I was loosely following the case, but the amount of information that was actually given, the questions that they asked and stuff, like, the people didn't give that much information about what happened and how it happened, and it was enough.
Yeah, because real quick, I got to the end result that 2 people shot the gun, but who can you prove did it? Because 2 people shot the gun, so which one did it? They didn't exactly prove that.
By those blank stares, I don't think that Skip and Tosh nor Rosales really care about this Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez thing.
I never cared about it. I don't care about stupid people doing stupid things. But I'll tell you this.
I don't think Jen Walters would have taken the case because Megan Thee Stallion is one of her clients.
He finished my sentence for me. There you go.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
No, you good.
What am I looking at?
So I'm assuming this is Kang's base in the trailer. Just what it looks like leading up to, but these are like the rings from Shang-Chi, like the inscriptions and stuff. Kind of looks like the ring from Shang-Chi.
Yeah, good eye. I can see them, and they're much larger. So it probably, that's one of those things that, did those new Rockstars Easter egg people figure that one out, or did you just find that on your own? Look at you, K. Dot.
Nah, I was when I went to go watch Avatar 2 last night. They showed the Ant-Man trailer, and I saw the rings again because I didn't rewatch the Ant-Man trailer like that. Saw the rings, I'm like,
Kind of. You don't see that when you watch it on your phone. When you watch it on your monitor, it's not the same as a big screen. You're like, oh wait, that is the inscription. There it is.
I mean, I was kind of forced to sit through it, so ain't nothing else to watch until the movie starts.
Hey, the previews is better than the movie anyway.
We're talking about Avatar: The Way of Water. You didn't like it?
I mean, it was pretty. It was dumb, but it was pretty.
Ouch. I feel as if Meg was cast in that role purposely. Oh yeah, because she was going through a court case. We know more about who slept with who than actual info. I don't care either. It's a popular topic on Twitter. It is for now. blow over. The rings and Ms. Marvel's wristband are both Kang tech. That one I noticed. Ms. Marvel does have bangles that are similar to the Ten Rings. True or false, Rosales? Daredevil is a good name for Matt.
Yes.
Okay. Skip and Tosh, Daredevil, it's a good name.
Daredevil is a good name for Matt. Daredevil is a good name for anyone.
Okay.
It's just a dope name.
Perp Minded is Daredevil is a good name for Matt Murdock. True or false? It's really not that.
I think it's a. I think it's a. I think it's a little misleading, but I don't know. Not really a Daredevil, you know.
He's the man,
and
without
that's why
fear.
I would agree with you. I don't think Daredevil is a proper name. It's a great name, but not for Matt Murdock. He doesn't fit him. It's not. It's false.
He's not a stunt man, so it's like, you know. That's why I think when I think of Daredevil. You know.
Exactly.
Well, I'm thinking about all the women he took home.
They should call him
Of course.
the blind man with no fear.
Blind Fury. Well, that's
All right.
actually a rapper, so.
From South Carolina on BET Freestyle Friday. Remember that? Yeah, that was crazy. That was
I think with Daredevil, if you take the man with no fear, I think they should put in the blind man with no fear. Like, because mind you,
so that means you agree with us. It's false. That Daredevil is not a good name for him.
What about?
It's not a bad name. The name's badass, but like they should really flex that part that he's blind. Because mind you, that's
What about blind death?
Man with no fear doing that.
Blind death.
Jumping off of rooftops and stuff. You know, you're blind.
That's what I'm saying. He's a daredevil. This dude is like jumping off of roofs. He's a Catholic, but using the devil to strike heart into the fear of people that terrorize Hell's Kitchen.
Sounds like Batman.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. False. I have to say false because look, I'm not Catholic, but man, he is going against the Catholic religion by going by Daredevil. He should be Dare Angel. Dare Angel.
Archangel.
That's the whole thing, though. Beyond the religion of Catholicism, people know the devil and they know it as a bad, scary thing. He's using that to antagonize people that go after angelic and nice people. Dare Angel don't sound scary, bro.
I will use my darkness to strike.
Or just Angel.
Visually impaired. He, him, person, devil. That's a great 2022 joke. The next question of 33 is Skip and Tosh. Is Hell's Kitchen a good name?
What's cooking in Hell's Kitchen? Yeah, Hell's Kitchen is a goated. It's goated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
K-Dot?
I'm kind of mixed because like, okay, from a you let's say you are going on vacation. You go to New York and you go to Hell's Kitchen. You might think, oh my gosh, I might get robbed in this place.
Yes.
False.
Perp, is Hell's Kitchen a good name?
I don't think so, because a lot more people are going to associate Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay more than something from Marvel.
Stan Lee made that up before Hell's Kitchen's TV show. I don't even know how they got away with using that. See, Marvel was weak at the time. They didn't have that money to trademark all their things. So that's probably where Gordon Ramsay show sneaked in.
But like I said, if you ask somebody, like, they do those random, like, ask this person a question and see if they know the answer. Like, oh, do you know what Hell's Kitchen is? It's like, oh, Gordon Ramsay? They're not going to say, like, oh, Daredevil.
Yeah, like the Family Feud. We asked 100 people, what do you think about with Hell's Kitchen? Gordon Ramsay. That was the number one answer.
Hell's
True.
Kitchen sounds like a rough suburban neighborhood.
That should be his name if he ever gets upgraded with the same superpowers. Dare Angel. The man has no faith in Marvel fans. Hell's Kitchen is actually a place in New York. Well, thank you for that information.
Yes, that's true. It was a place in New York, and they called it that because it was a complete rundown slum riddled with crime, and it was that way when Stan Lee made the character. It has since been upgraded and gentrified, and now it's full of coffee shops and baristas. So when people talk about the Hell's Kitchen, it's a pretty safe place to live nowadays. So it doesn't fit anymore. And yeah, so there's that.
Call it
Learn
day.
something
Call
new
it
every
day.
day.
Call it
18
day.
true or false.
Now.
Joss Whedon is missed. This is false.
Who's that?
He was the guy who directed Avengers 1 and Avengers 2. He
I know,
also
I know.
wrote the 2004 Astonishing X-Men comics. And if they ever did an X-Men, I would like for them to adapt his 2004 X-Men comic. And he's a director, so he could do that. So is he missed? He's not missed, but you know what? I changed my answer. True, he is missed. Give me some Joss Whedon.
I only miss him for I miss him. Okay, I miss him for the action aspect of Avengers 1 and 2, because like he really made a team fighting in unison look dope. And then you go, mind you, this is a lot of the camera people, but the way the fights, those little takes, and you're switching from like Black Widow here to Cap, and it's just like one camera tracking it going across New York. That was dope. You didn't see that in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. Not saying the action was bad, but you didn't see nothing like that. Like that was, you're literally following everybody. In Endgame, you get the final battle, you get cuts, cut. No continuous long shots. So I miss that aspect of the Avengers movies from him.
We got two truths. Rosales, Joss Whedon is missed.
Not yet. No.
Wish that were true.
He hasn't come to the dark side yet.
No, but eventually he will make his comeback along with what's his name? The guy who did Road Warrior. Oh my goodness, I blanked on his name.
Russo Bros?
No, the actor guy.
Road Warrior?
Yeah, the Road Warrior guy. He was canceled. He was one of the first to get canceled.
Hawk and Animal? I don't know.
No, from the movie.
Oh, not the
Mel
wrestlers.
Gibson. He's talking about Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson, yeah.
Ah.
Because of his racist remark, the phone call that he made, and
Yeah, so
Wait,
to explain the joke I was making.
Wait, Lethal Weapon now?
Yes.
Mel
Lethal
Gibson was a director.
He's not canceled. He's not canceled. He's doing Lethal Weapon 5.
But he was. That's what he's trying to explain. Same thing.
K-Dot wasn't born when did it happen. K-Dot was not.
No, I remember. He was kind of canceled.
No, he wasn't kind of canceled. He was canceled. Same thing with Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was canceled.
Well, Brendan Fraser got blackballed from Hollywood. That was totally different.
That's canceled. That's what that is. Only
It's
wasn't
still
as public.
canceled. It's still canceled. It was basically because of public image, not because of any,
Sorry, I'm just
Anyway,
reading all of these. Talking about Joss Whedon. He was canceled for a while. He was for anti-Semitism. True or false, jaded fanboy, Joss Whedon is missed.
Well, only because my aim sucks, but my aim is improving, so don't worry.
I have no idea.
I
What
missed him. I missed
That's a
him.
murder joke. That's a murder joke, is what
I
that
know
is.
what. Does anyone have not murder jokes here at Perp?
It's a question of whether
I don't think he's gonna be missed. I don't really like I don't like Joss. Well, I don't got no problem with it because I don't know him like that. His name just gives me like Bond villain vibe. So
he peaked at Firefly, and then that was it. So
yeah.
Everything after Firefly, I don't miss him at all.
He did Buffy the Vampire Slayer too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, I like Buffy, but I'm saying after Firefly, there was nothing he did that I cared about.
Okay. Next question of 33 Burning MCU Questions is 19. When are we going to admit that Ant-Man and the Wasp flopped? This movie made $600 million, and it's a Marvel movie. It came right after Infinity War, which made $2 billion. And then all of a sudden we get Captain Marvel, which made $1 billion. And then after that, it's
I don't
Endgame.
understand how that flopped the way it did.
But it did. It was a July release, and they probably had no reason. There was no weather or anything like that. It's just people are disinterested in the Ant-Man franchise. Now, it disappointed. Flopped may be a strong word, but when are we going to actually talk to each other and say, like, that was That
How
just
much
because
did it?
Eternal
How much?
and Shang-Chi made 400 million, and Black Widow made so little, those will get the attention. But they had a reason. There was actually real
Okay,
world ramifications.
so Ant-Man 1 made 519. Go to Ant-Man and the Wasp. It literally only made
632.
622 million. That's a flop. It
How
barely made
was it
anything
taken?
more. It
What
barely
was the
made
budget on
anything
that,
more.
though?
The
If the
budget,
budget was less than half of what it made, then it was a success. But if it was more than half of what it made, then you consider it a flop, really, I think.
I should
No,
have
I
changed.
don't think
I'm going.
Ant-Man.
I'm going off.
I
I'm
don't
going
see
off. I'm going
Ant-Man
off
take.
MCU. I'm going off MCU box offices. Every MCU sequel made
So
tremendously more money.
what?
We're going off MCU standards.
Hold on. So if the movie made $100 million profit, according to K Dot here, the movie flopped.
No. Ant-Man 1, 519 million.
I don't
Ant-Man
care.
2, 600 something million. That's barely any growth.
So
That's
what?
barely growth. That's
It's a
barely growth.
sequel. It's a
Yes.
sequel.
And MCU sequels make more money. Every
Really?
MCU sequel made more money than the
Maybe
last.
somebody tell that to Wakanda Forever.
Oh, pew, 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 pew,
Pew, pew,
pew.
Hey, and I agree, but that shouldn't be happening. It should be making more money. It should have made more money than the last.
Wait a minute. You mean actual quality of the film is actually mattering? Oh wow,
explains so much.
that's an intriguing concept
I
for a
mean,
Marvel movie.
Captain Marvel made $1 billion. That movie's completely garbage.
Oh, did you get that joke from Kev? He wrote that a minute ago. Unless you're Black Panther 2. Or did you come off that? Yeah?
No, I didn't catch that. Sorry, Kev. I can't give you credit for that. I kind of thought of that on my own.
But nah, that's
For a
I mean,
flop in general,
barely-
but a flop by MCU standards, I guess. It's a flop.
Yeah,
Ha, ha,
it's a
ha, ha.
flop. 100
We know
million
that.
more. That's a flop. Imagine if Avengers 2 only made like 100 more dollars than the previous movies. Like,
Yeah, I think actually Avengers 2 made 100 million less than the first Avenger, but we're talking about 1.4.
think-
So
let me see.
know.
I think
yeah, they did. I
Yeah,
was
so
looking up.
apparently by K Dot's math,
Mhm.
that movie flopped because it made less money than the original. So
I'm going off MCU standards. Every
Yeah.
MCU movie, I'm looking at how the MCU movies go. The sequels made more money than the last, drastically more.
First of all, everybody said that the Ant-Man movie sucked. So
It did.
So
wait, the first or second? You talking
both.
first?
Everybody.
Second one sucked. First one was
I'm
good.
the only one who apparently likes the Ant-Man movies.
I'm with you.
Yeah, Avengers 2
I like the first one.
Avengers 2 made just a little. So Ant-Man, Avengers 1 made 1,518,000. Avengers 2 made 1,400,000 something.
You mean 1 billion?
1 billion. 1,400,000,000.
That's not much money.
Mm-hmm. Next question, Skip and Tosh. Who would make the best Shark in the MCU?
Best shark in the MCU.
Sam Jackson.
Your volume is a little bit lower than everyone else. So I don't know if you gotta turn it up or move the mic closer, but just a little lower.
My volume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did anyone else notice that, or am I delusional? I feel like his volume was lower than everyone else.
I wasn't paying attention anyway.
His audio is fine to me. I can hear it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, on that note, the best shark, I'm gonna say Thanos.
Okay, what is your offer? He'll negotiate things down. No, I want 50%. 50.
Half off.
I'll just take it. I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
What is the cost you're willing to pay?
I like
I would
it.
say the Collector.
Oh. You know what? The Collector. He would be a good shark. That's a great answer. Thanos, the Collector. Why are we going off-world? Why isn't there nobody on Earth? You guys don't think like T'Challa would make a good kind of spokesman on the Shark Tank? I have a lot of resources. Nakia
Tony
might
probably.
be better.
I would basically go for Tony Stark because all I can think of is the line that he told Loki. Not a very good plan.
Well, Elon Musk in the MCU. So
Oh,
Elon
please, Elon Musk.
He's in the MCU. Iron Man 2. He would make
We got enough idiots in the MCU. We don't need to add more.
Elon Musk, Vision be the best one. That's my final answer.
Nah, Vision's gonna be all like, how will this improve the world? He's gonna get into all this philosophy and stuff. Like, man, we don't care. We're trying to make money.
Okay.
He'd be going, you know what? I would be able to figure it out, but I was born yesterday. So
Yeah, he's gonna talk about that morality and all that stuff. Like, no, we're
talk about boat. No, I'll talk about boats. We'll talk about boats.
Yeah. If you build a boat, but then you change every single part once, is it still the same boat? Yeah, that was a good question, though. I like that whole question. That was a good one. Anyone else want to touch this one? Shark Tank? Anyone watch the show?
I think Tony Stark would probably be the best. That'd be my vote because, he stays rich for a reason. So he'd be able to spot a good one.
Well, then Pepper Potts, she's not too far off.
Well, yeah, because Tony Stark is rich because of Pepper Potts. Tony Stark doesn't really do anything other than invent. He just builds stuff. He doesn't really do the business thing, which is why he gave Pepper Potts the company, remember?
He was also born in wealth too, so that's a lot. Old money, they call it.
Big Brill, yes, I think Quantum Mania will make more.
They better.
Collector is a good one. Yeah, I'm going with Tony Stark as the shark. I think Tony Stark has taken it. Next question, 21. Where do Wakandans vacation? Ooh.
Wakanda.
You know what? Yeah, they got mountains, they got beaches, they got everything. So
They just go to a different tribe. They just
Apparently-
visit another tribe.
Apparently, South Central LA.
yeah, right.
I mean, where they said in the first movie, they're stationed all over the world, but like I say, the MCU doesn't explore that enough. They don't show
Wherever it is, it's not Atlantis, that's for sure.
Hey, they're not invited to that water park.
No, because Atlantis doesn't exist in the
Yeah,
MCU.
get kicked out of that water park. Yeah, you said.
Yeah, nobody wants to go to sewer water telecom.
where they haven't yet invented indoor toilets. So,
Well, where did that
How do they
come
filter
from?
their
What?
well, I'm just saying, look at their technology level, and they were able to beat Wakanda. I'm just making fun of that.
They do this. They got this going. That's all they need.
Oh, they got the seashells thing going.
Yeah.
Kamehameha, bootleg Kamehameha.
They go to Wakanda, where M'Baku is in the mountains.
Yeah, the Jabari. They want to get cold. They just head up north.
I changed my vote to Wakanda.
Coco Khan.
Anybody else?
No, that one's it. That's it. It's what Canada. I'm sorry. That's it. You can't get
23.
better than Canada.
How can Letitia Wright announce Wakanda Forever is coming to streaming? That will rival Tom Cruise jumping out of a plane. Oh, guys, well, you only get one take at this. Coming to streaming, Top Gun Maverick. So what's Letitia Wright gonna do now when they come to streaming? When it's on Disney Plus? Well, she was the lead of that movie. We needed to do something sensational. I don't know. She go to Africa somewhere? Does she do it from her bedroom in London? How will she tell everyone you can stream Wakanda Forever? Be creative.
Jumping into a volcano.
Letitia Wright's
Gotta
gonna
taste
ask. Letitia Wright's gonna ask her five fans to basically try to trick the algorithm and get
Support black women. That's what she's gonna do.
She's gonna get people to engage.
That'll work.
Her 5 fans are gonna
That's worked
trick
so
the
well.
algorithm, get people to engage. Just keep hashtagging Wakanda Forever coming to streaming, and they're gonna make it happen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give people gift cards.
Letitia Wright don't got no base like that.
Perp, Letitia Wright. She gonna announce it. What does she actually do?
Give people gift cards and party favors.
All right. Skip and
Give
Tosh.
people.
Finish up.
Now, I'll say, you give some people free shit. Say, you be like, yo, come see our movie. Here's a gift card. Say for some Marvel stuff. Here's a free copy of Wakanda Forever.
Or
That's not a good business tactic.
Or they
don't
might
have
do
a fan base like that.
2 hour back. They had in my theater. They had like a 4 hour back to back. Watch Black Panther 1 and Black Panther 2 all in one. I didn't do that, but that was wild.
She can hashtag recast T'Challa. That'll top Tom Cruise. Yeah, I should never do that, Skip.
Agreed. She should say that. She should just say it.
That's the only way that she could top him. That's all I got.
I'll have her back if she says that. Recast Jala. Come watch Wakanda Forever. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, if she even just says it, I'll watch it 3 more times.
Yep.
Or she could do exactly what Tom Tom Cruise did, but then do the Wakanda Forever. You know, that Tom Cruise didn't do that.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
I don't know if it hit the same.
The only way it'll match Tom Cruise is if the director's cut actually has Tom Cruise as T'Challa. How's that?
There we go.
She should do it while getting a booster shot.
Hey guys, I only got one shot at this. Watch Wakanda Forever.
You get Tom Cruise and you announce him like, oh, he's playing Doctor Doom. Boom. Wakanda.
23. Who had the hardest time in the blip? Those last 4 years were difficult on a lot of us. 5 years, I mean. I think that when we saw Captain America,
who was harder for them when they came back?
No, the 5 years, the people who survived and they had, I don't know, lost loved ones.
Okay.
Aunt May and little Happy Hogan, they did pretty well. They were very fun.
I don't want to say Thor because I would just tell him, get over it, you big baby.
Because he's still a king, right? He's still just gaming. He's fine.
Getting drunk.
You know, never. His life was never in threatened or anything.
I can't think of anybody who had the hardest time. I mean, Thor.
The guy who was the guy who was the rival in Doctor Strange, the first one.
Baron Mordor?
No. The actual doctor who tried to kill that dude by accident by operating on his brain. He had a hard time because he lost some people. He lost his animal. He lost his job.
He lost his cat.
Sharon Carter? What about her?
What about her?
Oh, yeah. I agree with Sharon. Because Steve left her behind.
I did too until I saw Brywood say Clint. I think Clint had the hardest time.
I'm at the good Tony. It was Sharon.
Okay.
Because Steve didn't help her get any immunity. She was literally still on the run from the law, and she had to go to Madrid. He was there those 5 years. He didn't do nothing. No, I'm like, what the heck? That was so weird.
Rosales, who had the hardest time?
Geez, it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. Well, just choose from the ones we said: Sharon, Thor, Clint Barton, Okoye.
Probably Sharon, because she turned bad, so it affected her in the wrong way.
Yeah, but even if there wasn't a blip, she still would have been in trouble because she's the one that got herself.
No.
Like, what do you mean no?
Because Steve was there. Steve had some type of immunity those 5 years. He didn't go to jail. We didn't see him or anything.
Monica.
Because why didn't he help Sharon?
No, Monica was blipped. Remember, she turned to dust. She came back and she saw her mom was gone, but she wasn't there for the 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I can't give her that. Doesn't count. Next.
Or what if?
I have to say.
What if the? I'll say, who's Mom?
Everybody lost their family. Get over it, Clint.
Yeah, but not everybody ended up going rogue like Clint.
Yeah, but Clint didn't stay rogue, where Sharon did.
Sharon had no choice.
And she went back good after the 5 years. Like that whole Falcon Winter Soldier happens afterwards. So that doesn't matter.
I think Natasha.
She wasn't good in Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
she was still bad.
That's when she was the bad guy.
She was the power broker.
Yeah. And she's a Skrull.
She still is.
Yeah. Thor lost his mama, daddy, brother. Didn't hit Thanos in the head.
Crazy. Steve didn't help her. That was weird. That is so weird. Steve didn't help her once those 5 years. That was crazy.
Number 24. Does Ant-Man hate the quantum realm? Does he have hard feelings towards it? He was stuck there, but for him, he wasn't stuck there for too long. So no, he probably doesn't hate it. What do you think about that one?
He just has to grow again, and he's good.
Yeah,
For Ant-Man
like,
1, all he did was grow, and he's out.
like all
I would
all he's
say-
ever experienced
That
was
was
short.
That was such an easy way to get out.
He conquered.
I would
it.
say like I know to say I mean, because it doesn't say which Ant-Man, so I would say like Hank Pym probably hates like the quantum realm.
He's
Hey,
got a point.
but at least he's there.
Hank Pym does hate the quantum realm.
He's there with his wife now, though, so at least he's not alone.
The movie hasn't come out yet. You can't use what hasn't come out yet as a reference.
It was in the trailer. They all go
So
in the quantum
what?
realm. They all go in the
Hasn't
quantum
come
realm.
out
They go
yet.
in the quantum realm. It's you all go in there. He's with his baby, and Scott's with his kid. They're all in the quantum realm together. One big happy family.
He
Skipping
probably
past-
They don't
did
live
hate
in
it.
the quantum realm.
Quantum family.
But Hank's not going to hate it as long as he's there with his wife. He hated it because his wife was stuck there. Now he's there with his wife. He's not alone.
Well, the current Ant-Man probably did hate the quantum realm while he was there, but then he became a bigger man.
Hilarious. That was a good one.
Skiff, top of that answer. Does Ant-Man hate the quantum realm?
We should
Just a
retitle this.
little bit.
I think we should retitle this.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
I think we should retitle this 33 Burning Questions, the dad joke edition.
Yes.
Hey, you asked a question. We gave you an answer.
You know what? You're kind of right about that one. Anyone else have dad jokes? Thought so. Let's read the live chat. Let's see here. You got Bryce says that it's a no. Ask this question again after the film releases.
Yes, thank you, D Steels.
Pim, yes, but Scott Lang, no. I accept that. That quantum realm looks pretty miserable. No, because Hope is there with her pixie haircut. It's possibly save Lang's life. We'll see. We'll watch. Did it save his life from the snap though? Like if he was,
No, it wouldn't make a difference.
it's 50-50. You never know. Actually, maybe he would have been.
I mean, it probably did save him.
We'll find out in the movie if people in the quantum realm were 50-50'd or not. Like maybe the Infinity Stones don't work there.
Wait, is the quantum realm seen as a different universe, or
Yeah, it's a whole different universe.
okay, then
They said it's like a universe underneath our like she's worded like some like it's a universe underneath our universe.
as Loki shown, the gauntlet, each stone only works in its own universe, but Endgame broke that logic. But
you know,
only works in
maybe
its
he
own
did
universe.
get snapped. I mean, to him, it only seemed like 5 minutes that he was there, and then he comes back because of the rat. So maybe he materialized in the quantum realm, and then when the snap was undone, he
Well, no,
rematerialized.
because he comes back before the snap. He comes back before the second snap.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Will Cassie grow up to be like her mother, or will she grow up to be like her stepmom, Hope? She admires Hope. She looks like she's a tech whiz. I don't think her mom and her whole like, what does the FBI even stand for? The forever bothering individuals. That was a good one. Now, if we're
she's
talking dad
she's
jokes,
gonna like Hope. She's gonna love her biological mom most, but I think she's gonna gravitate to Hope more because she's doing all this cool stuff.
she'll be like Hope. Like she'll be
Gonna
like
be
Hope
more
just
like
because
Hope
Hope
doing
is a
all this cool
superhero.
stuff.
You know what? Hope. And if anyone disagrees, I'm gonna find some clip to play against you. So the jaded fanboy. Oh, he just went away.
No, I'm
Remember,
sorry. I'm here. It's just that what if she's not? She's first of all, she's already got her father to be the superhero figure. She doesn't need to have Hope. Like, why would that even matter?
But Hope's a woman.
So what?
She might gravitate to a woman more.
She might
Girl power.
gravitate. But
More
look up to
likely,
her.
she's gonna gravitate to a woman more. Seeing her, yeah, her dad's doing cool stuff.
yeah,
But if she's seeing a female hero doing some cool stuff, like, oh shoot,
yeah. But again,
I
but
can
that's
do
not
that.
as okay. But again, she's just a stepmother, so to speak. That just because I'm just sorry, it just seems a little weak. It's like Her father.
she's gonna gravitate to her biological mom the most because from we seen from Ant-Man 1 and 2, she don't got no bad blood with her mom.
Yeah.
But she's gonna start to pick up her Hope's personality and traits.
Really? You think that's how? So let me see if I get this straight. The woman that she's been living with for the past 15, well, however many years, compared to her stepmother, who she's only had for a couple of months, she's going to suddenly start gravitating towards the way Hope.
Yes.
Yeah,
because they always look at you as the little baby. Oh, that's my little girl. Oh, that's my
small girl.
Every
Hope is gonna look at her, and Hope is gonna say, "Oh, there's this. I met her when she was an adult. Basically, she's 18 now. She's an adult. She'll talk to her like an adult, and she'll be like, man, this is great. The relationship I have with Hope is much more different than mom who's still trying to feed me. Here's the airplane. Like that's the thing,
unless
right?
that is unless Jada, I'll give it. That is unless they throw in something in this movie where Cassie only fathoms Hope just because it's her dad being with her, and she probably doesn't really like it. That's unless they throw that into the mix.
I've heard a lot of women going, I hope they all regret, saying, oh, I hope I don't want to turn into my mother. I've never heard any woman say, I hope I never turn into my stepmother that I met 2 months ago.
We got
Didn't they all like each other? Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, just introduce yourself. You're good.
Didn't they all like each other at the end of Endgame? It didn't seem like there was any animosity at the end. I don't know.
They was at that drive-in theater in that small car chilling, eating popcorn.
The question was, Skip and Tosh. Let me pull it up. Will Cassie Lang grow up to be like her mother or like Hope?
Hopefully not her mother.
Perp?
I would say Hope, just because she there in the movie. They're gonna have to have some, girl to girl moments, whatnot. Because I think something's gonna happen. I think something's gonna happen to Scott to where they're gonna have to do something teamwork or whatever. So.
Ant-Woman.
She may try her best to emulate her stepmother, but it's genetics. She's going to turn into her mother.
Yeah, she's just going to turn into her mother.
Yeah, I think she's going to lean towards her mother, but I mean, it could also be a little bit of both because she has a lot of exposure time around Hope, and then obviously she has her custody time with her mother. She's technically spent, not even technically, she spent a lot more time with her mom, especially with custody, with where Scott was earlier on, than she has even with Scott, let alone Hope. So it's going to be a combination of the two, especially where her abilities, lie in her extracurricular time.
It's going to be a
good answer. She will be a strong woman's. That is a sector of the internet that I don't associate with. I know exactly.
MCU.
Right? Scott
I'm with DL though. I hope she doesn't turn out like her mom. Her mom's boring.
Wow. Yeah, what's that actress name again?
Evangeline Lilly?
She's gonna grow up
No, Cassie's mother.
Let me look it up.
I think her name is married to some producer.
She's gonna, if anything, she's gonna grow up to want to be like her dad. She's not gonna grow up to be like her mother or stepmother anyway.
Hey, being like her dad means being like Hope because they're both superheroes.
Yeah, and Hope is a practical joker, and she's a bumbling idiot and a criminal and all that stuff too, right? We're just going to ignore all those aspects of her father.
Was the mom's name Maggie? Because she was played by Judy Greer.
Judy Greer, that's her name.
Judy Greer. Jaded fanboy who asks, "Are we there yet?" When they're on road trips. Any character in the MCU?
Shoot, the girl from Hawkeye.
Oh, Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop will be saying that every 5 minutes. Are we there?
Gets helicoptered everywhere, and all of a sudden she's in a car. Are we there yet? Yeah. I'm gonna co-sign that answer. Also, it is Kate Bishop. I am DL. Who asks, "Are we there yet?" on a road trip?
I don't know if this counts, but I recently saw Avatar: The Way of Water, and Jake's youngest girl asked them, "Are we there yet?" when they're going to the Water Tribe.
That is exactly why I asked this question. That movie right there. K-Dot, who
Yeah,
asked
but hold
Are We
on.
There Yet?
Avatar 2 was a part of the MCU.
I mean, it inspired the question. I mean, it doesn't have to.
It's Disney.
It's a very broad question. It didn't say characters in the MCU.
All
Or
right,
what
but if that's the case, I'm gonna give you an actual movie. Those kids from Are We There Yet? The movie.
Yep.
You asked a question. I gave you an answer.
Rosales,
I'm sure Peter and then the gang says that too if they're on a road trip. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, either
Rosales-
Kate Bishop or young Groot.
Groot only has one thing that he can say. I am Groot, and then there's we are Groot.
Yeah, but that's what he means.
Oh, smart.
Rocket can speak I am Groot, so he knows everything he's talking about when he says I am Groot.
Well, apparently everybody can now too. So
Yeah, because Peter Quill was ticked off when I am Groot got said to him when he was talking about playing the video game.
well, they all got shot at it because they all learned how to speak Groot.
Thor has a master's in Groot's language.
It was an elective. That was a great joke. Question number 26. Are we there yet? Who would be asking Skip and Tosh? I mean, who's the kid on this? Who's the Are We There Yet MCU character? You know, be creative. No one that we've used before. Because we heard Kate Bishop. We heard Groot. Who is it?
I say it would be Billy and Tommy together, Wanda's kids.
Oh, that's a good pick. They're so used to abracadabra, getting everything instantly. They don't even have to wait to age. They're really impatient. K-Dot, who asks, are we there yet on a road trip?
Oh, the kids from Are We There Yet?
Oh, yeah. You had a dumb answer. I forgot. Perp, are we there yet?
Tom Holland Spider-Man.
In the live chat, we look.
Nah,
and we
he'll just use
super chat. What's good, fellas? Happy holidays, he says. Appreciate that. You know what I need? I need a clip for every time I get a little something like that. I need a.
Here comes the money. Like,
Yeah, like
I'll get the clip of that line, a little something.
Which movie has that?
Oh, I can't remember.
But thank you so much for that, Drain Mac. What's good, fellas? Happy holidays, he says. Next question of 33. We're at 26. So, Evan, is Rocket Raccoon more impressive than the Avatar CGI? K-Dot, take it away.
If you talking about like make a short character with CGI and stuff and making it work and look believable, I guess. But the Avatar CGI is far more impressive.
Yeah, you're being diplomatic. It's Avatar, like ways above. DL, you watched the movie. Is Rocket Raccoon more impressive than the Avatar Way of Water CGI?
Look, I don't want to take anything away from the CGI of Rocket because it is great, and I'm definitely convinced that that's a talking raccoon, and he's one of the best characters in the MCU. However, if we're talking about the detail of the CGI and just like there's no competition. Avatar: The Way of Water, like
no
I literally forget that I'm watching people in motion capture. It looks like they shot real aliens on a real planet. Like it's the pores, the close up, the texture of their skin, the hair is like it looks fantastic. Rocket looks great, but it's not even close. It's not even close.
I mean, James Cameron did say he actually went to space to film this movie. So
He did go to Pandora. He did go to Pandora, to get the actual.
Call it Navi, okay? We don't call it Pandora. We're not gonna use the appropriated name.
Actual aliens died during the filming of that movie.
Yeah. Is Rocket Raccoon more impressive CGI than Avatar?
It does look like James Cameron paid his CGI people.
Right? Next.
Impressive. Is Rocket Raccoon more impressive? No, it's not more impressive than the Avatar CGI. No.
Good. Avatar is on a different level. Ashura says, what's the timeline based on MCU movies around fake T'Challa's son since he's 6? T'Challa was dead for 5 years. His birth should have around after the snap and be a year old to match. Yeah, but the movie that happened in 2018 called Black Panther, the time of that movie is the day after Civil War, which is the 2016 movie.
Yeah.
The kid could have been born, and they just never brought it up in Infinity War. He could have already been born. Mario will look awesome in 3D.
No, because he would have had to have him in 2018.
And then a whole year passes later, and so the kid is 6. It works out. The math works out, Ashura, if we think about it. Anyone else want to touch this one about Rocket Raccoon? Stream people? 28. If a president, prime minister, or a monarch asks for a movie before release day, the commoners, would you have a problem if Kevin Feige gave a file? I don't care if he flies it over on a USB. I don't care if he emails it. But if he would have given this movie to a world leader, personally, as a person who appreciates people who have these difficult tasks, and we need the world to run on a smooth operationally, I'm just giving it to them. Hey, movie night, cool. Here, take this movie.
Depends on the movie, though.
Avengers, Kang Dynasty. It's huge.
Oh,
they
no.
want to avoid. No.
Give him Captain Marvel 2. I wouldn't care.
Wow.
You can watch Captain Marvel 2. Not a Avengers movie. No, that's a big event. No, sorry.
There's no Captain Marvels 2, just like there's no Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, it's not Captain Marvel.
The Marvel.
It's Captain Marvel 2. I will not deprive Carol Danvers of a second.
No, Miss Marvel's going to steal the show, and you know it.
It is the second leading film on the contract Brie Larson signed back in 2017 when she was agreeing to appear in the MCU.
I don't care what contract they put in there. They said Captain Marvel was going to be so important in Endgame, and she didn't do jack shit.
I have nothing to prove to you.
Wait a minute, you mean Kevin lied? Oh my God, that's a shocker.
We are just here for Kamala and Monica. That's all we're here for.
I have to be honest. I really am, and I'm not someone who I don't have as much of a problem with Brie Larson as some people. And she's from my city, so like I'm a homer, so I got love for her anyway. But I got to be honest, I really am just going to watch that movie. I want to see Monica, and I want to see Kamala, and I don't really care much about what she does in the movie.
Facts.
I didn't care much about what she did in her own movie. Why the hell would I care about this one?
I'm there for Brie.
Good for you.
All right.
Fair.
Okay, guys.
She needs you.
The question is, if the president asks and they give it away, are you cool with it? Chillmonger's cool with it. Skip is
good
cool.
with it. I don't care.
All right. Now, K-Dot says it depends on the film. Rosales, are you good with it?
I get preview screeners all the time for review purposes, and I'm nobody. So if the president wants to review a film, that's fine by me.
Wait a minute. Explain that.
Well, I do movie reviews, and sometimes the production companies or the promotional people will send DVDs or review screeners online before a movie comes out, so that it can be reviewed. And then there's like an embargo of what you can say ahead of time before the movie comes out. So, like for example, I got an advanced copy of Death Knot, which is going to be available on DVD come February. So this isn't even out in stores, and they gave me 2 of those to give away plus a screener to watch. So that's just stuff that happens all the time. People get to see these movies ahead of time.
So, like, if they're doing it for schmucks, they can do it for the world leaders.
Yeah.
You schmuck. Perp.
That's me.
What up?
So the question was about if were you good with the president getting an advanced copy of a movie?
No.
Jaded fanboy.
I couldn't care less because it happens. It happens.
Especially
now.
Biden. Why does Biden get to see shit that you know what I'm saying? No, he doesn't deserve that shit. He got other things.
He won't remember it later anyway.
Whether they deserve it is a different question. You don't deserve it.
Yeah, that's what I say. With the movie, it depends. Give them a potentially underwhelming trash MC movie to watch. Don't give them like the Avengers or Deadpool 3, which is going to have Wolverine in it. No, give them the Marvels or Thunderbolts. Give them Thunderbolts. Here, watch Thunderbolts.
You don't think Thunderbolts is going to be good?
No.
I figured you would have been hyped for Thunderbolts, K-Dot.
Only person I care about on the roster is Bucky and John.
Fight advantage.
I only care about two
Always
characters.
agreed.
I'd rather take
really?
a John Walker and Bucky movie over a Thunderbolts movie.
Oh, okay.
Always like comic book Carol, but her MCU version is trash. Now that theory of Disney buying seats makes sense for Captain Marvel, since they did that to send young girls to see it. Yeah. Thank you, Shura. Thanks for that one. If they are a fan. Unfortunately, Monica is third billing in the Marvels by default. You think Monica is third, right underneath Kamala Khan? I thought she'd be
Yeah,
second.
because Kamala Khan, I don't know. Because I'm thinking about it. Movie, TV show, guest appearance.
Just happy to see something on TV.
I mean-
He don't care how. Go ahead. DL, did you say something?
Oh no, I was letting me finish.
Is it true that Wakanda Forever's marketing went from 100 million to match the budget's movie totaling 500 million? I need now 1.5 billion to break even. Shoma, watch Valiant Renegades YouTube channel because for information and stuff like that. Because I mean, you're asking me if it's true. Like I have insiders. I don't, go watch the people who talk about that.
It's 500. That movie didn't cost 500 million to make.
No, the marketing. People say that the Strange World movie, they took the budget from marketing and they put it on somewhere where they would actually make money because they believed in Wakanda Forever more so. So like apparently dollar for dollar, the budget of the film. Never mind. I'm not informed about this stuff, so I'm not even gonna try. 29 is what does James Gunn think about Batista's wrestling career? Did you guys not see Dave Batista on set with Ryan Johnson? You know, with the championship belt. That clip just came out a couple days ago. James Gunn, he's a director. Does he go like, oh yeah, Dave, you're from wrestling? He also casted John Cena as Peacemaker. Maybe James Gunn is a big wrestling fan and he's got like thoughts. I think he is. I'm gonna say James Gunn.
I think that's why he casted him. It's the only reason.
You know, he watched WrestleMania 26 main event, and he's like, "Yo, Dave Bautista, John Cena."
What did Dave Bautista do before like Guardians 1?
No, that was his big break. No, that he didn't. He may have had like an independent here or there, but I believe it was MMA fighting for like 1 year. He was a wrestler.
He's
straight up.
He was also in that film Blade Runner.
Before Guardians?
I don't know if it was before Guardians or not.
No, that came out after.
It came out after Guardians.
Thank you, DL. DL, what does James Gunn think about Batista's wrestling?
James Gunn he looks to me like he's a kind of a wrestling fan. I don't know how much. I think he probably thinks his wrestling is decent. I would say.
You know, in 2019, Batista had his final match against Triple H. In the crowd was Chris Pratt. And then you kind of high-fived him right before the match started. And they go, oh, look, there's his castmate on commentary. James Gunn was not mentioned. He might not have been there.
I mean, he was probably busy with other stuff. I don't know.
Okay. Dre Max
You know,
says they went into the Bautista chants at WrestleMania also. Yeah. It was Bautista, then Bluetista. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, that was. I don't know why they brought him in at WrestleMania. They didn't need him, but you know, it was the Vince McMahon era.
James Gunn, I don't care about his wrestling career. I just need him to crack bad jokes. Kinda. Are you guys excited for the DCEU? Sure, you're changing the subject too often here. Brywood says he had a UFC fight too. Yeah, it wasn't UFC. It was a mixed martial arts, but it wasn't the UFC.
Right. I didn't know Dave Bautista did MMA.
Yeah, they all do.
Was it Pride?
I don't know. It was televised at least. It wasn't that independent, but it was something.
James Gunn will pretend to care about or know about Batista's wrestling career, just like James Gunn pretends he knows anything about comic books.
Hey, take it easy, man.
Yeah, I'm on
So,
fire.
yeah, I really like that match between Batista and Macho Man. That was a really cool wrestling match. I really
Wait,
enjoyed
what? Wait, what?
it. He doesn't know anything about. He's just gonna pretend he knows.
Vince was trying to capitalize off of his Guardians appearances. That's all. They didn't even believe in the Guardians appearances. When he left to do his movie career, the WWE were like, "Oh yeah, sure, you'll be back." but he definitely did it.
You moved on from there.
Might have been Pride. Does Pride have the 4-sided ring? Because it wasn't a 4-sided ring.
Not sure.
Okay,
I
30.
forgot.
When was the last time that Monica saw a Skrull? We know in WandaVision it kind of ends with an agent going, "Hey, we need you up at Sword," and we saw that it was actually a Skrull. Before that, though, was it like during her childhood? Was that the last time? Were there
Wait, wait.
Skrulls just living in the house?
Chill,
Like
chill,
she
chill.
knew it was a Skrull or didn't know that it, even though like-
She knew it was a Skrull.
oh,
That's what I
when
was
she
going
knew
at.
it was
But
a
yeah, that's a
Skrull.
good little question because if we're talking about people in her home who were actually Skrulls, but they were in disguise, probably
Right.
all the time throughout her entire
Oh,
life.
I forget. Yeah, I
That's
forgot.
what I'm
Could be.
thinking, right? Because it's like, who knows how young she could be when that happened. But
Mhm.
for her to know that it's a Skrull, that's a tougher one.
Chill. Are you talking about? You're talking about the daughter, right? The one we see in
Exactly.
WandaVision. Okay,
And
that's
Perp,
her name is.
thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate you guys. Check out Perp Minded's YouTube channel for all of your good. He reviews all of it. There's probably a show you watch that Perp is talking about in like a little 10-minute video that he recorded in his car or something. Thank you, Perp.
Peace.
DL, go ahead.
Her name is Maria. The mother is Monica.
Yes. No, wait. Maria is the mother. Monica is the daughter.
Are you sure? I thought it was the other way around.
I'm sure. Monica is the daughter in Captain Marvel, but during
Yes.
WandaVision, she's an adult.
Yep.
And if you go off comics, Monica is supposed to be Maria, but they just flipped it.
Okay. Sure.
Welcome to the MCU.
They're just doing. They're
T'Challa Jr., Lex Luthor Jr., that nonsense.
Kevin Feige knows exactly what he's doing. Really, he does.
Does he?
Of course
man.
not.
You know, say trust in Feige.
Trust in Feige. Then what's up with Phase 4, my guy? What happened?
Hey, technical difficulties.
You know,
Technical
COVID.
difficulties to the highest.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulty, guys. We'll be back.
Anyone want to touch this one? Last time Monica saw a Skrull?
Yeah, I think it was probably within the year. I mean, she kind of grew up with them. There were kid Skrulls, like there with them in the Captain Marvel movie when she was younger. So I'm pretty sure, especially how kids are, like, they'll go behind their parents' backs, like, oh, we got to go to this place and we're not supposed to let you know, but I still want to talk to you because you're really cool. So if you take this thing and call me, like, or use this thing and you can write me, text messages from,
Yeah.
1994 or whatever. Yeah. So I'm sure. So she still probably got him. That's part of the reason why she's in Sword, because of her relationship with, at least with like alien life forms.
Nah, but don't you remember when Nick Fury was like, yo, he looked at Carol, we probably shouldn't disclose this classified information. Remember that? And that the only reason that young Monica knew about it was because Carol was there to break things down to her. Now that Carol's been gone from the planet for so long, they probably did go about it the Nick Fury way and kept things secret. And she wasn't too involved. While she may know that aliens exist, they just kept the relationship there, the knowledge there. It was Mom, Maria Rambeau, who got all the info. I think the last time Monica saw a Skrull was that week of the Captain Marvel movie. She probably said goodbye to her little friend, and that was it. That was the last time she spoke to her. We'll see in this new film that Monica's going to rekindle or reunite with that little girl who was a Skrull. All of a sudden, it'll be an adult now. So I'm going with the last time Monica saw a Skrull when she was a kid.
I think I think she had a hollaback Skrull.
The dad jokes.
Things had gotten out of hand.
It's question 31. What would Falcon have done if he saw somebody flying in his wings when they cuffed him? You guys remember in Captain America Civil War? I better not see one of you guys out there flying. What were you going to do, Sam? You were locked up. What?
He's going to attempt to fight them and get beat up.
Exactly.
Like,
right?
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna beat you up. then proceed to get beat up.
Yeah. Call me Cap. Nah, you're Falcon.
Know your role.
Damn.
They probably would have wrote a strongly worded letter.
I can actually see Falcon doing that. He just writes a letter complaining. My wings was being used by this.
It's not his wings. He stole them from the government. It's not even his wings.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's not even his wings.
Hey, finders keepers, losers weepers.
What do you mean? What do you mean, finders? They stole it.
Finders keepers, losers
weepers.
Oh, really? Okay, so if I come to your house and I steal your TV, I can just go, well, no, I found it, K-Dot. It's finders keepers. I don't think.
Well, if you tell me you stole it,
I don't have to tell you I stole it. If it's stolen property, it's technically they never should have given. The biggest joke for that for me is they never should have given the wings back in the first place because he stole them originally.
Well, the government giving them back acknowledges that they are his. So,
I mean, and the government. I mean, like, are we looking to the government to be some moral beacon of an example? Like they operate in their self-interest. If it's not within their interest for Sam to have the wings, they try to get them back from him. If it's in their best interest for him to have the wings so he can go do stuff on their behalf, Sam has the wings. That's how the government works.
He was a
I mean, yeah, the government was about to blow up New York City prematurely, so I don't know if we should go to them.
Well, no, it wasn't the government. It was the council.
The council. I don't
care.
Well,
the council
doesn't work within the limits of the government because they could have been part of Hydra for all week. They were part of. They were
tax
basically
dollars
part of
funded
Hydra.
them. They're a government.
Oh God! Okay.
I got you.
I would love to see. I would love to see Hawkman. And
Katie, you talking about the people that was on the screens when Nick Fury talked to him?
Yeah, the council.
Oh,
Given that it's a stupid ass decision, I've elected to ignore it.
those are. I mean, those are all American, and probably Hydra. There was a Hydra.
Yeah, most of them were probably Hydra.
American Hydra agent.
They're probably
One of them
Hydra
was from
wings.
India. One of them was from India in Winter Soldier movie when Black Widow was impersonating them. It wasn't all just American dudes. I mean, they could have been.
Some was actual Hydra agents. There was a Hydra agent on the council too.
They're a governing body. They're a government. I don't care if it's national government, state government, world government, intergalactic government. They were a government. They were a governing body over decisions that affect like citizens of multiple nations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
and with that said, what would Sam would have done? I mean, what was he gonna do? Say, hey, have a good time, enjoy the win. It was tough guy talk. He was just being a tough guy. I miss some of that. I missed that. That was fun in movies.
would Falcon win a fight against Hawkman?
No.
No.
Hawkman was taking punches from Black Adam. Falcon couldn't.
Yeah, they kind of flip-flopped on Hawkman's capabilities and resistances because sometimes he could take the punch, sometimes he couldn't. Sometimes he was acrobatic, sometimes he wasn't.
Power scaling. I mean, they do They do it in every movie. There's no way. I mean, even if he won the fight, he's not going to win the war. Talking about a dude who can reincarnate.
Yeah,
he wouldn't be able to win against Harvey Birdman.
Well, not in court. Not in court anyway. Not in court anyway.
And I mean, compared to Falcon, yeah, Hawkman out here fighting with a mace that hit Sam's face. He's done.
Yeah, Sam already seen someone with wings in Moon Knight with Layla. Man, see, he's not even the original. Yeah, probably
Scarlet Scarab, whatever.
My thing about
her
Sam's
name is.
wings, Layla, the Scarlet Scarab, is that the government wouldn't have stopped at one pair of wings, and then they definitely would have kept upgrading them. So somebody definitely had upgraded a pair.
Well, they did make two because Sam's partner had one. That's how he died. So they already had made more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's not forget Vulture was running around for a while.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Chill, and Panel. Falcon will get his ass handed by Hawkman. Oh, that's not even a question.
That's not even a question.
Not even a question.
Because well, hold on, wait a minute. If Falcon had vibranium armor, but Hawkman has, I believe it's called the
End metal.
Yeah.
End metal? That would be interesting because we don't know what end metal can do. So that could be an interesting versus battle, seeing the capabilities of the armor.
Yeah, but I mean,
That
Hawkman
battle, you
still
listening?
has superhuman strength, so Sam still is toast.
Oh yeah, that's true. He still, as a Thangarian, he still has that superhuman strength. So
How often did Red Guardian think of Yelena in prison?
okay, let's hope not much because it's his daughter.
It doesn't mean that way. It could be like in a loving way. You not take it there, jaded fanboy. I think that it was just a mission to him. He thought more about his woman, Melania. What was her name? What was the woman name? He thought about
Malaria?
her.
Yeah, he thought he was because mind you, only thing he cared about talking about in that prison was his fake glory days where he fought Captain America. He only cared about his glory days, only cared about his reputation. He didn't care about them. He only started to care because they, I mean, in a way they guilt tripped him.
Well, oddly enough, with what we saw, they were more bonding as an adult than when they were as a kid.
Damn, so DC and metal, Eternium, and Kryptonite. They got a lot of substances. Why not, though? It's science fiction. Make whatever you want to do. Skip is loving it.
MCU has adamantium. Well, Marvel has adamantium and vibranium. So.
And they've got the Stone of Hala.
I guarantee you he only thought about them for like a week, and then he was like, nah. Because he was the big dog in prison and stuff. He was probably like, oh, I'm the big dog here.
And besides,
don't know why he never broke out, but he's the big dog.
He's not writing letters to her, so he's not really thinking about her.
He definitely was writing letters to that chick, though. Rachel Weisz's character. He's definitely writing letters to her. She was looking like a meal.
I like Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, but that movie was pointless. It was
Came out too late. Came out too late. They did
no movie that has Scarlett Johansson anywhere in the frame is pointless, my friend. Let me correct that right there.
No, like all the
Okay.
shots was great.
If we're going with, I would have to agree with that in regards to Gal Gadot. Any movie that actually has her in it, especially where you can see her legs, was not a pointless movie.
Jewel of the Nile.
Apparently, she's coming back too.
No, she had pants on. She had pants on in that movie. So
I saw the rumor that she was coming back to Fast and Furious, and I literally did not care about the continuity at all. I'm like, you brought Han back. Yeah, bring her back, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care how.
And with the same accent, and don't change the accent.
She was a good character in the movie. Anyway. I felt bad when they killed off her character in 6.
Hey, I didn't know the Gal Gadot fan club was so large. It's here.
Yeah, I did not like her.
It has nothing to do with her acting. It has.
I did not like her in the Fast and Furious movies. I was like, when she was first casted as Wonder Woman coming off the Fast and Furious movies, I was like, oh, this is one of the worst casting decisions in the history of film. What the heck are you doing? The Israeli Barbie girl? Are you kidding me?
It was pure eye candy. That was the only reason.
Wonder Woman is more than eye candy. That is the problem.
Tell that to the studio.
Hey, I like her now. I think she's great as Wonder Woman now. But like coming off the Fast and Furious movies, I was like, no, this is the worst decision you ever could have made. Why are you casting her?
Yeah, but you got proven wrong.
2 years in the military.
I got proven wrong too. I said the same thing. I was like, "Oh, I love her, but not as Diana." And then I saw it and I was like, "Ooh, Diana."
Ooh, Diana.
No, what you need is time to get your mind right.
I mean, they had me at that first trailer. That first trailer was dope. Had me at that first trailer.
I got the Michael Jackson song in my head now. Thanks.
I don't agree that Black Widow was pointless. It was a flashback movie that sets up the future. LOL, I feel that way about Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn. I could watch her in anything. Margot could play every female superhero except Storm.
I mean, Black Widow movie in general isn't pointless, but to me,
because it was a flashback.
It came out too late, and it should have been a Black Widow and Hawkeye movie in Budapest that they kept on hyping up for years and constantly talking about and then we find tells about Budapest, and
that would have been interesting.
They talk about it, like show us. I want to see what happened in Budapest.
Yeah,
Black Widow freaking blew up a kid, and you didn't show me that. Come on.
Gal's a B-level actress at best, but I did like her Wonder Woman. Okay, let's get off of the Gal stuff. He like Gal as Wonder Woman. Big Bro likes Gal as Wonder Woman. We like her. Sam is just dissing. Watch this. He says Gal Gadot has X-shaped leg. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this. No, I'm not doing that.
What?
I have not watched Fast and Furious for years, so I don't think I know who she was. Okay, well, she was in the Fast and Furious. That's where I recognized her first. She's been in other things too.
I mean, Fast and Furious was her big break. I mean,
Did
Wonder
everyone
Woman was
answer
her
this
break,
question
but
here?
Fast and Furious was her like first, I guess, her first role in anything. Fast and Furious. That's the first time I seen her. Before that, she was just modeling.
And the final question.
She did some soap operas. She did some soap operas here and there that nobody knew about.
Okay.
He's really soap operas.
33. What are the advantages of the Dora Milaje being all female?
Infiltration. Just in all honesty, people being like, they come across as unassuming. If you're not, if you're thinking at that level and you're not looking at everybody as a threat, then you can look at them as less threatening when they're way more lethal than majority of anybody that you would come across.
That's the same thing, just bring it back to the Black Widows. That's why Dreykov got so many specifically pretty women in the first place. Well, they was kids. I'm saying
they were kids, so you couldn't really.
But he was, he wanted.
He probably dropped you off.
So
If your bra size wasn't the appropriate for a Black Widow length, he probably okay, well, you can't be with us anymore.
Because like I say, they're good for infiltration. They're women and stuff, and mind you, like they're easier for infiltration into certain stuff.
Well, no, because the Black Widows use their womanly charms and seduction things. The Dora Milaje don't do that. They're not really.
They're not. They literally did in the movie.
Wait, which movie?
In the first Black Panther movie.
Which scene are you talking about?
Yeah,
when they went to South Korea.
Nakia is not Dora.
What's her name? Okoye was there too. It was both of them.
So she was
she didn't try to use her feminine wiles. She was ready to beat somebody up. She hated being in
the thing is though, Jaded, just being female makes you go, oh, there's not a threat here. It's just a woman here.
Yeah, like you're in general just not gonna be a threat compared to a dude. I mean,
and people were flirting with them. I remember specifically Okoye was getting looks, and she was like, doing the like.
Yeah, but she hated it. She wasn't really.
I didn't say any of them liked it. It's a tool. You may not like the tools that you use, but if they get the job done, then you use them. And I do agree that there's the sexual part of it, like sexualized part of it. But I don't even go there, because also just them being women, like they don't even always got to be dressed up and like showing skin or whatever, but they could literally be like head wrapped, like old lady style, like on the street, and still people will be like, oh yeah, this is like a weak person who's feeble, like they don't pose any threat, and the next thing you know, they're like snapping your neck or like kidnapping you and taking all your money and shaking you down on where's so and so and so and so.
All I have to do is put a wig on Okoye in there, and there you go.
Or having the person they're protecting get kidnapped.
And also, I'm gonna throw
like in the Black Panther movie, when the first mission that T'Challa went on, when Nakia, okay, she's not a Dora, but Nakia was like rescuing those women that had been kidnapped by that group of dudes. Like that, there's another example of infiltration without the sexuality part.
No. The value of the Dora Milaje being all female is so that way the Dora Milaje won't realize how bad they are if they have a male person explaining how good they actually is. Because if they had a male in the Dora Milaje, they'd all be, well, then why do we have females? Why don't we just have all men?
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, they was the only good fighters
well, no, hey, I'm not. Hey, I love.
Except for the White Eighth.
Don't get me wrong.
Except for the White Eighth. What was the other tribe they had? The Border Tribe. Man, they was whack. Them shields, they was whack.
Even against Claw's men, those guys didn't last more than 15 seconds anyway. So
Yep.
The Dora are the woman king. That is right. Something I learned recently. Anyone else?
I mean,
Matt?
they never really touched upon it in the movie. I don't think
it
they
was never
will.
really established.
They were
They might
slave
be
traders.
Because
What?
again, they were mostly
Female
body.
warriors.
Because in the MCU, they're mostly bodyguards. They're not hunting party, so to speak.
Well, that's I mean, the other thing I was going to mention, Disney may not mention this, but hey, they did She-Hulk, and that was kind of TV 14 stuff. To those a lot of those women was pretty much wives for like the kings and stuff, potential wives for the kings, like T'Challa.
Yeah.
So that's the other perk of it. T'Challa can pick out whatever strong female from that troop he thought
Yes.
was legit and marry them.
The adorned ones is what it translates to.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Well,
Okay, DL.
it's adorned and adored. It actually could translate either way.
There you go.
At least you got a wife that can defend herself. Things go wrong. Yeah.
Okay, my memory's not that great, but in the comic books, weren't the two original Dora Milaje also his concubines or mistresses as well?
That's how they got introduced as a whole. Like they
Right.
were security and like potential wives for the king, whoever the king made to.
But again, it was only those two. I don't
They
remember.
were the two chief. Yeah, they were like his personal on watch, but there was still a fleet of Doras. Yeah.
Dora are based off of the Dahomey warriors, but are totally different when Christopher Priest, that's the 1998 comic you're talking about, introduced them in the comics than the warrior tribe. Yeah, in the comics, Dora are more like Secret Service, but in the MCU, they're spies, military, and Air Force, which is the catch-all term. DL, what are the advantages of the Dora being all female? He's not here. Rosales, did you answer this one?
No. But I think the only advantage is open showers.
I'm finding a clip for you. Give me a second. Oh, this one will do perfectly fine.
Marvel sounds a lot better.
Captain Marvel? Kinda? No? Okay. That's the last question. Because I think DL is away. DL is away. We can still follow him, and his channel is called I Am DL. It's right there. We got The Jaded Fanboy. It's spelled the way it sounds. Rosales Comics, if we want to find you, your channel is called?
Rosales Comics.
Skip and Tosh, you got a channel. What's that called? You're muted.
Sorry, I had to bring my mouse across like 3 screens. It is called Skip and Tosh. Check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Skip and Tosh. But check me out here on YouTube. And every now and then I do clips with my buddy Chillmonger. So holla at me.
Mr. Dot, your channel? Is SSJK.Sanctum. I guess you had a screen open too.
Yeah, I was on another screen. Yeah, SJK.Sanctum, guys. Most people subscribed here know who I am. Come check me out. Avatar 2 spoiler stream might come today. Don't know. I'm gonna rewatch the movie again. I found a good quality version of it on the internet.
Yes, yep. DL, tell them who you are, what you're all about.
A good quality version? You mean the one where the story actually makes sense?
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
DL.
Hey.
God damn.
Can we all just let DL plug himself, sir?
Oh, sorry, DL.
Oh, no, you're good. So y'all can find me on YouTube at I Am DL. Exactly how it's spelled right here. D-A-L is I Am DL, all caps. My channel, I talk about movies and shows and everything in the nerd and geek culture. So I have a bunch of topics on there, whether it's Marvel, DC, Star Wars, whole bunch of stuff. If you want to hear my crazy takes on things, go ahead and check it out on my channel. Tonight, we are doing a live stream, doing a spoiler discussion on Avatar: The Way of Water. Finally going to do a spoiler stream on that. And then probably have a couple of DC videos coming out before the New Year's over. Recently did some Netflix stuff. The Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio I did a review on, and Glass Onion. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. You want to check out my take on things, check out my channel.
Yup. Daniel Fisher, thanks, chill, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and peace all. Merry Christmas. I have to HD. I don't know what that means. I have to HD. Head out? I don't know. Happy Holidays, Chillmonger and panel. I'm Chillmonger. Subscribe to me. You already know what to do. Thanks to Perp Minded, who was in here. Perp's got a YouTube channel you need to see. And you know who else? The Dre Max Show. He does live streams at the morning hour, usually on weekdays, and he's talking about the same things that we're interested in. The Dre Max Show should also be someone you guys check out, as well as everyone on the panel. Thanks for coming. Toodle.